You are listening to the Hello Sport Podcast.
What is up, punters and dribblers? Welcome back to the Hello Sport Podcast, the home of unqualified opinion and unwavering bias. Monday the 31st, is it? 30 days has October, average in November, 31, yep. 31st of March, the final day of March, 2025. Bit on, a lot of rugby league, Ed. How are you, mate? You seem like your mind is in many different places.
Yeah, it is, mate. I've fucking lot on, you know. That's all right. That's all right.
I got something to show you.
What do you got to show me, man?
And I've intentionally kept it quiet the whole morning. We're in the green room. Just want you to just see something here.
Is that whose leg's that? Your leg?
That's my leg.
Is that an ingrown?
I don't know what it is now. It's like fucked. I had to.
What the fuck is that?
Dude, so.
That's a lot.
You want to talk about a lot, dude? This is the most painful fucking thing I've ever experienced within reason.
That's got to be an ingrown.
Well, it's way more than that. I'm on antibiotics now, officially.
But did it start?
I think it started as an ingrown hair on my thigh.
Have you been monitoring it? When did this kick off?
This kicked off a couple of weeks ago, right? It happened, and then I was like, whatever, these things sort themselves out. Like, just leave it.
Typically.
Just leave it. Anyway, it sorted itself out, and it was, everything was getting better. It wasn't sore to the touch and all that sort of shit. It wasn't even really red. Sort of like scar tissue-ish. So I'm like, there you go, body doing its work. Probably good day has something to do with it, but, who knows. Anyway, then I had a couple of beers on Saturday night.
Flared up.
Not even like mid-session or I was hammered. I went out and saw like a couple of mates at like 10 o'clock at night. Like,
would you have pants on or shorts?
Pants. And my hand brushed over where it is and I was like, oh, that feels like it's fucking flaring up again. And again, it didn't look too bad, but I was just like, whatever, that's hurting though. Not good. Anyway, I sleep. Everything's good. Everything's fine. Like, it's a bit pissed off down there, but that's about it. We then coming into a world-renowned, critically acclaimed stream with the great Olin Teckers. Shout out to him yesterday.
It was critically acclaimed.
Sitting there, no dramas, doing the stream, get home, have some dinner with my lovely wife, Stephanie. Heard of her?
Couple of times. Then,
as we get up from what I was led to believe would be the season finale of Mass, but it's actually not. They're spread it over 2 nights because they're just trying to drag this out and fucking debilitate me mentally. I get up to go to take a piss, and the second I get up, all the blood rushes down to my leg, and I'm like, holy fuck. Like, killing me. I go and have a look at it, and the redness has just started, like, do you know when like something's infected and it starts to push out?
Yeah, fuck
So like it was just fucking pushing out all over my leg. It was raised all around and red as fuck. And I'm like, this doesn't look good at all. And it's like very painful. Steph's like, dude, you need to like get on top of this. You can get like blood infections and shit if you don't get on top of this stuff.
You can lose your limbs.
Yeah, dude. God's like, fucking please, Jesus. Anyway, she's like, you need to get like, I was going to go to the fucking emergency last night. I'm like, that feels like too much, but I need a doctor to look at this thing. So anyway, she's like, let's just see if we can get you a doctor's, like a digital, Zoom doctor's consult.
Didn't even know you could do them.
Neither did I really. I'd be fucked generally without Steph in my life. We know that, but like for things like this. Anyway, I get on a call with the doctor. He's like, I don't even need to look at it, bro. I'm going to send you a script of like antibiotics. Thank God there was a late night chemist out.
Rose Bay one?
No, Darlinghurst. I was limping down the bloody Oxford Street at like 10:45 with all sorts of miscreants and people who are out ripping on a Sunday night, which is a certain type of person.
Yes.
And a certain energy you need to have to be fucking ripping on a Sunday night in the rain. And I'm limping, dude. I can't walk properly. I got up this morning and I was halfway down my hall and I like had to lean on the wall and be like, oh my God, this is so fucking painful. It's not funny.
Do you reckon it was a Susan?
I don't know if it's a Susan or not because the Susan is what it looks like in the middle, but then the spreading is cellulitis is what it like could be. But the guy didn't look at it, so he's like, just have antibiotics.
It sounds like a boil or abscess from an ingrown hair.
So do you know what would a Susan be?
Oh, that's what it means.
Come on.
Yes.
Okay, what is it? Let's see if you
Susan Boyle. Shout out to her.
Shout out to her.
Yeah. Yeah. That's got a bit of... But Susan's like fucking bore out your leg,
But
dude.
that's why because it's spreading, he thinks it's cellulitis and just a really pissed off ingrown hair.
So it went away and came back.
Completely went away.
So he was like, I'm sweet, and then was like, actually, no.
Yeah, wait a minute. No,
I'm actually not. I'm actually ready to punch on.
Encore. Susan Encore. She come back out for a couple more songs before she lets you go.
I tell you what, like, this is where we must applaud
Modern medicine.
old mate penicillin.
Was penicillin antibiotics?
That was the original antibiotics,
Yeah,
and from
right.
that, all antibiotics
Have
come.
Yeah.
We've actually done some. We've touched on antibiotics in the past, punters and dribblers, basically around its increasing resistance and what do we do about it, and is it the next threat to face humanity? That's in Thursday.
That's a
pods.
Thursday thing.
Is that you just probably would have lost your leg
Lost
back in the
my
day?
leg.
They would have sawn the fuck off,
Yeah.
all because of a hair.
Yeah. And but also
fuck?
not just sawn it off, they would have gone, hey, we're going to need to get you fucking shit-faced drunk because it's going to hurt.
And you got to bite down on a bloody
Piece of block of wood or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
I was thinking about that because I've been contemplating losing a limb off this for the last 24 hours.
As you do.
If I was being given something to bite down on, I think it would be so painful that you might crush your teeth on a block of wood, and I think a wet rag would be better.
Didn't they use leather?
Yeah, I think they use leather.
Yeah, okay, right. That makes more sense. A block of wood seems like I'm going to lose my teeth as well with this.
Well, it might have been a softwood.
Balsa.
You know, like a softwood's got a bit of give in it.
Yeah, a bit of wet balsa.
Snap
or
that
something.
fucking thing in half.
Yeah. Either way, I'm still a bit wigged out by it because I'm like, I'm on antibiotics. I mean, I'm assuming this is sweet.
Imagine having your legs sawn off.
But dude, you
no
know as well,
antibiotics,
with this
not
shit,
antibiotics, no pain relief, awake.
if you don't like get on top
Leather.
of this stuff, it's like you start to get like feverish. Like it starts to fuck. That's how you know it's like you're getting a fucking, and then you can get blood infections, and like that's when you get sepsis, and that can like that's bad. You can die from sepsis. But like apparently, if this was untreated, if I was just ignoring this, which is what most dudes probably do anyway, you start to like get like fevers and sweats, and it's like your body's actually like, bruh, you got a serious infection you need to take care of here.
Woo!
Yeah. So anyway, we've got a meeting today. I'll be pretending I sprained my ankle when I limp in there.
So you limp.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah.
That's why you were sitting down the whole time.
Yeah.
Lucky I was just working, so I didn't know.
Well,
she
mate,
come
you
over.
had mine in 50 different places. You didn't really
50
notice.
different places. Admin Monday. What a treat.
Yeah, dude. Well, listen, it needs to be done.
No, it does need to be done. It's just annoying.
Yeah, it is.
You know, because I spent a lot of time trying to clear the mind on the weekend. Then I get in here and I've got to fucking fire it up again.
Yeah, it's all right, mate. Just jump start it. It'll take a little while to kick into gear. That's fine.
It's like starting an old diesel.
Pull
So
start.
the glow plugs.
I don't know, dude. It's a pull start. Like a lawnmower or a fucking whippersnipper.
Yeah.
Quick shout out to North Bondi Motorino who sent us in some cool shit. If you're
Shout out
watching
to
on the YouTube, you'll see my
Shout out to
t-shirt.
Clary, one of the greats.
Yeah, one of the greats. Not an ad, but he is very kind and generous.
Definitely not an ad.
Definitely not an ad. But he did send us free shit, and now I am plugging it. So there's that.
I like getting sent free shit.
So do I, dude. Keep sending it through if you got it.
Well, I don't know if I shared out for Woke Up Oil, who did re-up.
Oh,
He gave
yes,
us two
they
big
did.
freshies.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
He was like, he made a comment about my use in particular. I'm not sure where you're at with your leader, Jobby. Is that I'm going through it like the fucking sandwich houses do.
Yeah, right.
You know, like a deli.
Yeah. Well, I went through it.
Got a bit of deli meats about me.
I made a mistake once of using it as a marinade for chicken, and I just used way too much, and then it was just fucking all hands on deck.
You dribble it onto the chicken once it's cooked, but I wouldn't marinate it in it.
Well, that was the mistake I'd made because I was just loving it so much. I'm like, I want this in every fucking part of me, and then I literally.
That blow your bum all up?
Yeah, as I said, it was all hands on deck. All the king's horses and all the king's men sort of stuff.
Couldn't put Humpty together again.
Couldn't put my bum hole back together again. Anyway, guys, great to see you on a Monday. I know I'm oversharing. Hopefully some parents of my children are listening.
Do they listen?
Well, I hope not. I certainly hope not.
Because you're a VP now.
dude, I don't
Had to do much?
I don't want to get into it in case they actually do listen to it, but like the amount of like paperwork and shit that I need to do, like they just didn't.
Oh, really?
To
you've got stuff to do?
No, to be like cleared to do it, to do the job.
Oh, to do it.
Police background checks, which I got to pay for, like fucking all this different. I get it.
You're not a community man, are you?
I am a community man. It's just there's way more.
You're not really, though.
I fucking said I'd do it. I'm in there. I'm in there with the parents.
All you've done is whinge about.
No, I haven't.
Being a community man.
No,
a real community man is pumped to do it.
No, incorrect.
No,
because that's the misconception. You don't want the people who want to be fucking president. I have to be president, vice president. I'm doing it because I feel an obligation to the community as opposed to some self-serving reason. I'm there because it's the right thing.
But I think you should roll up your sleeves and just get on with it.
That's what's happening, mate. But you want to be a slightly reluctant leader, as opposed to someone like you who'd be like, hey,
Brent,
campaign, vote for Eddie. You'd be up there with your fake teeth and your fucking slick back hair. You'd dye your hair again. I'm not like that.
I'd win too.
Yeah, of course you would. And then you'd fucking lynch.
I'd win.
You'd bloody take money out of the community.
Fucking hope.
You know, they wouldn't be bloody fixing the sand pit. It'd be you fucking, you'd have new teeth.
Yeah. Well, mate, it's an expense. Got to look good to lead, mate.
That's what you'd run on that.
You got to look good to lead.
Look good to lead.
You can't lead the nation with gummy, fucked up
No,
teeth.
listen, that's what I'm saying. But whereas I'd be in there, I would have the sleeves up. I'd be in my blue jeans and my cowboy shirt.
It's just I'm not hearing much sleeve up stuff out of you.
Because I'm in pain. I've got an infection right now, dude. Okay. It's hard. All my focus is channeling healing.
Right. I just want you to be a bit more of a community man.
No, I am a community man. Yeah, right. I'm not fucking, you got to look good to lead.
At least I'm honest. I don't want some ugly cunt leading us.
You know when we did the turtleneck, the turtleneck and Tian's long lunch, and you sort of your hair was long and you sort of brushed it back a bit. Yeah. That's how I see you. Like,
fuck yeah, 100%. Yeah. That's how I lead. Because when it gets long, it gets really frizzy, like
steel wool.
Like steel wool, yeah. So it's hard to tame.
Yeah.
You can with some heavy duty bloody gel, mate. Yeah. You know, mate.
Some oil.
People still using hair gel?
I think you'd be using oil. You'd be using actual crude oil to slick your hair back if you were Slick Eddie Simpson.
Yeah. Again, a company expense.
Well, a national expense.
Well, it depends what where I'm running.
Yeah, true.
I don't think I'm federal.
It'd be community preschool.
Yeah. President. Yeah. Take it real seriously, fire all the staff. You're just not you're not putting in.
Yeah. Turbo's injured again. It's not the most important news in terms of everyone else's lives, but he is, and I feel sorry for him. And I just want to say it's a big Hello Sport cheerio to you and your MCL.
Cheerio.
It's the kid just can't take a trick, and I don't really know what to do about it. 5-6 weeks. I love the guy. Like, he's a really sweet man, like a nice dude. The Trebojeviches are generally, and I don't think anyone else would feel it as much as him. He'd be, like just fucking so over it and like hating his body almost. I don't know what the solution is. I don't know if there is one. Because,
first and foremost, shout out to Tom and to the Trebojevic family, but specifically to Tom and his immediate family, because it's fucked, and he'd be absolutely devastated and he'd be gutted.
He's like, as we said with Kempy last week, he, at his best, when he is playing, when he is at full flight, potentially the greatest football you've ever seen. It feels like some people's bodies are made for rugby league and some people's aren't. And that doesn't mean he's not great, but his body's just not made for rugby league. It's just not.
I mean,
I love him, and I don't want to get rid of him or anything. I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
What's annoying, Tom, is that it was the hammy. It's been the hammy a couple of times. Now it's the knees. It's been his shoulders.
Sometimes that's it. You see him injured, and you're like, "Fuck! Thank God it's not a hammy."
Man, the ankles will be next. I mean, that might sound negative. Where we need to be at as first and foremost as Manly Warringah Seagull fans. But also, if you're fans of rugby league generally and fans of Turbo and fans of the Blues, is that we need to make our peace with the fact that he's going to miss Origin games and he's probably going to miss half the season moving forward.
I prefer he misses the Origin games.
We just need to make our peace with that.
Yeah.
Like if you think he's going to play 27 rounds of rugby league football, there's obviously fucking 3 buys, 24 rounds and finals games. If you expect that, then you're going to be disappointed. You're going to be fucking cut.
Yeah.
Whereas you're going to be cut up, baby. You're going to be cut up. Whereas if you go into it going, I know that he's probably going to play 13 games. Hopefully he's playing the important ones, and we move on.
Yeah.
Like, what else can you do?
We as a side can win without him now, so that's fine.
Yes, we can, and we've learnt to win without him over the last couple of seasons. Yeah. I would say, Tom, that it does bring into question even more so the decision from the brass at Manly to fuck DCE off if the plan was in fact to have Turbo play 6. It's like, right, that's pretty bold stuff.
Yeah.
For a guy who misses half the season every year, to have him as your 6, like that's the plan, stand sort of stuff. Right, assuming he's out, what's then? What's the plan then? Who's going to play 6? Because, like, obviously you didn't want DCE, so, like, fuck him off. So, like, what's the plan then?
Yeah, the brass has fucked us up. Now, I think while we're here, we may as well. I think Reedy might be. We said we'd call him at 11, so we got started late. We got started late today.
Well, because you know why we got started late? Just a look behind the curtains, punters and dribblers. Tommy Turbo, Tobler, just real slow out the gates today.
Busy morning, mate.
Dragging the Monday morning chain.
Admin Monday. It was a
dragging the
big
Monday morning chain.
You should be fresh as a rugby league daisy, mate. No drinking, no gambling, and no vaping. You were dragging the rugby league chain, my friend.
I think, to be honest, so tomorrow's 30 days, I think we need to implement for the next 30 days after that, you need to drink and smoke and gamble and masturbate. Because I can't have you coming in dragging the Monday morning chain like that again.
I'll do it all at the same time.
And live stream it.
Jeez, that'll be popular. Righto.
Let's get Brent Reed on. We can put it to a different stage in the pod.
Although it does flow.
It does flow here.
So maybe just
not.
get on with it.
Yeah. Uncle Reedy.
How are you, boys?
Dad.
What's happening, lads?
Oh, mate, just another Monday, getting after it. How about yourself?
Just bosking around, mate, sniffing for yarn, seeing what we can turn up.
There we go. We like that.
You picked up a scent of anything or what?
The Luai one sounds a bit, Jerome Luai sounds a bit, I think the Tigers are a bit concerned. The same shoulder he did in 2023. Remember he carried that shoulder through to the grand final?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Had a reco after the grand final. Well, he's having tests on that, right? And I think they're a bit concerned about it. So that could be a blow. That could be a blow to the Tigers, $6 million man.
Damn. Wow. So, it must have happened yesterday, obviously. Was there a moment in the game?
There was a moment in the game. I didn't see it. I was told about it last night. There was a moment in the second half when he hurt that shoulder. He finished the game, and obviously went on report actually in that game. So he's probably going to miss next week anyway because he's been charged or faces suspension. But there was a point in that game where he hurt the shoulder. He reached for it, looked a bit dodgy on it, and he just finished the game. Tough boy.
Yeah, he's tough as teak. So how do you go about uncovering that? Do you whack a fake moustache on there and get down to a doctor's surgery? Or?
No, I'll put my stethoscope around the neck and take a stab at it, right?
Yeah.
No, I was contacted the club this morning and they've confirmed that he's been sent for test, and that they're worried about it. So, there were a few whispers going around already this morning that he was in a bit of strife, but it's just a matter of reaching out to the club, and now we wait to see what the scans show.
Jeez.
That would be a blow.
That would be.
What's the ballpark here for weeks miss potentially?
Well, shoulders aren't my area of expertise, so it would be a stab in the dark. But he showed he can carry it. He can play in pain. From memory, he had about a month. Last time he did it, it's the same shoulder. So last time he did it, I think he had 4 weeks off. Came back, finished the season, and you could see that he wasn't right. So, and then he had a shoulder reco after the season was over. Now, in that situation, you only have to get through the latter stage of the season. Right? You only have to get through a month or something. Yeah. In this situation, we're 4 rounds into the year, so he'd have 23 rounds plus potentially finals. I know what the Tigers are talking about. Never know.
You never know.
Maybe you never know. Grand final after 27 weeks with a bung shoulder. That might be a bit too much to ask. So we'll have to see what it turns up. But yeah, it could be a deathly blow.
That's terrible news if true. You can needle it up, but who knows if you need a Rico, I assume needling it up is not.
Well, you'd be getting on the blow to the surgeon, going, bruh. Come on.
Yeah, what? Yeah, I thought
a
we
Rico,
sorted this
mate.
out. We've already had a Rico.
Yeah,
What the fuck's
I don't want to
going
get 2 Ricos, mate.
No, you don't want to be getting multiple Ricos. That's heading down a bad path.
Now,
but
Reedy,
obviously we are not that bad boys.
Yes, we don't want to be that bad. Now, obviously, we don't. This is gossip, guys, and we don't want it to necessarily just become gossiping about DCE. But unfortunately, the story is still very much relevant. He came out in front of a sold out Four Pines Park and played very well. The crowd loved him still, which I thought was great. I was concerned that there was going to be some assholes booing him. It was all very pro DCE. He got a bit emotional. But then in the press conference after the game, he's like, fuck. If you wanted the story to go away, he is great at keeping the story going, and that's not a criticism of him. He's more like he's just very genuine and honest. Fronted up to every interview he could possibly have had to do, like every obligation. But in the post-game presser, he's talking about the smear campaign against him, where he didn't want to name who it was. I mean, the inference from watching it was that he's basically calling out the club. Is that correct? Yeah. Would you think that's who he's talking about?
Well, that was the impression I got. I mean, the club, someone suggested to me this morning that it was also calling out some of the old boys who perhaps have been critical of him in the past and have privately raised some concerns again. So maybe that's right. But my impression was, look, it was that it was the club he was having to go at, the hierarchy of the club. Now, he didn't just say it in the post-match press conference. He said it in every interview he did after the game. So he spoke to ABC, Nine, Fox, and said the same thing. So he clearly wanted to make a point, right? He wanted to call out some people, and I think he obviously did that. It's up, he wouldn't name names, but my impression was the same as your impression, that he was having a go at senior figures in the club over some of the stories that came out during the week.
Yes. Well, now, what stories I didn't feel that any stories that came out were really that negative, other than they were more just trying to explain how the hell we got to this situation. Did I miss something that was particularly painting him in a bad light, or was it more that it was trying to frame the narrative of him just being maybe a bit more money hungry?
Well, I think that was that would have been one of the stories that irked him, I imagine. The suggestion was he was just doing it for money.
Yeah.
There's also the story that he asked for a release at the start of 2024, I think it was, which came out as well. But I'm a bit with you guys, right? I mean, the club was basically blindsided by him going on Nine on last Sunday to announce this, and all they did during the week was try to explain their side of their version of events, or their side of how it ended up getting to this point. So, and in doing that, some stories were brought out about Daly that we didn't know about. And obviously he's not happy about it. He didn't want that coming out. So, but it was always going to... He should have known the moment he went and did what he did that the club was going to respond in some way, because they had to explain the situation. They didn't really have a choice.
Yeah. It's what we call in the game a rugby league shit show. Really.
We enjoy them. They're good value.
We dine out on shit shows here at Hello Sport.
Can't we? What?
Yeah. But I mean,
we love them.
I also don't think that the club's done a wonderful job of explaining how it's all gone down. But then, what is it about newspapers these days, Reedy? Obviously, you're a loud and proud Telegraph man, the Men's Women's Weekly, but you're basically you're getting two different stories, whichever paper you read. I feel like
because this situation is a classic example of how you're on one side or the other. And it's not by choice. I like Daly. I get on with Daly. But I reached out to Daly on Monday or Tuesday and said, hey, mate, do you want to clarify anything? And he said, no, I've said enough. And then he made a little comment, but it was all in fun, right? So then, and I don't speak to his management group. I've tried to ring them. They won't answer the phone. They only speak to Hell, from what I understand. So when that happens, you're left with one choice. That's to talk to Manly.
Yeah.
So, that's what's happened in this situation. You've had one side that seems to be not only talking, but predominantly talking to Daly and his camp, the football whisperer and that group. And then you've got this other side that are speaking to the club, and because they're not getting the other version of events. So it's sort of forced on you almost.
Yeah.
Because you're only hearing one side. The other side doesn't really want to talk to you. So this happens sometimes in our game.
Well, it's made it so difficult to even formulate an opinion. I'm obviously I love the club, and I also love Daly, and I'm glad no one booed him. You know what I mean? So I was just more like, this is going to be awkward, but I still have.
I was surprised by that. Were you boys surprised? I thought he might cop a little bit.
I actually didn't think he would get booed because of the fact that he's been with the club for so long. He's won a premiership. He's been like the linchpin of the side. I didn't think that.
I think the sentiment is that the club fucked up from the people.
But even if he wants to leave at this age after what he's given, you can't boo him for that.
No, definitely not. But I think the way that this thing's been handled has been such a shit show that you could have seen. I certainly heard some people who were like, fuck him, fuck Daly, but not many at all. But that's what I mean. I think the prevailing sentiment from the punter and the dribbler was that they felt like the club had stuffed up the negotiation process, as opposed to, and maybe that's just part of being first to market with your story, Daly being the first guy.
Well, from my perspective, they didn't offer him a contract. They did it on air.
Yeah.
And there is no plan B. The plan B seemingly involves Turbo, who gets injured all the time. So that's when you start to side with the player.
And also the mounting fucking bed shits generally with Manly, whether it be Schuster.
Well, this isn't exactly. You start there's signs, right? You give Schuster $800,000 to play a game,
and then let him go.
There's form.
Well, we're paying him to play reserve grade for South right now.
I know. Yeah,
he's not even playing.
He's not even playing.
He played it. Only just played a game.
What's going on there? That's again a question without notice, Reedy. You may not have an answer here, but is there any info around Schuster?
They reckon he's very close now to playing. He may even be back this week, but he was unfit. Struggled, I think, for motivation the off season. But they reckon he got himself back into shape. Actually, he's knuckled down a bit in the last month or so, and he's close to coming back. So I spoke to South last week. Maybe it was about him. I think they said he was about 2 or 3 weeks away. So it looks like he'll play in the next couple of weeks. Josh Schuster, and man, he is one of the great wasted talents, that kid. He can play.
Yeah, I know he can. Well, imagine South's doing what they're doing now, beating Penrith on the week. Imagine if Schuster pulls his finger out of his very talented asshole.
What, 2022 Schuster? Is that it?
Yeah, I think it was 2022 Schuster. But if he gets going, that's a serious addition to your side that's already going well for a side that's depleted. Trell coming back, all that shit. Anyway.
Yeah. I don't know if we'll ever see 2022 Schuster again, though. That's the problem. I just don't think he's motivated enough to be that footballer again.
I'd be fucking cut as a Manly fan if we I want all the best for Josh, but if he started ripping again, I'd be like, Jesus Christ.
You remember when because he's still really young, right? He's 23.
Yeah.
Remember when Moses Sully was young and was super talented, everyone was hyped beyond belief, and he just couldn't get out of his own way. I think the Tigers fucked him off, then the Bulldogs fucked him off, and then he came to Manly and it sort of clicked a bit more. You just wonder whether there's a maturity bit with someone where it's come easy and they have a bit of hardship and a few setbacks, and whether there's just a moment that it might be click with someone. Everyone has a sort of moment in their 20s when they're like, hey, I can't fuck around anymore. Mine came in my 30s.
A cathartic moment.
A cathartic moment. A come to Jesus moment, really.
Yeah. Well, maybe he'll have it, yeah. Well, mate, come to Jesus, he's training under Wayne Bennett. That's as close as you get to a rugby league god.
That is rugby league Jesus.
maybe Wayne will get it done with him. I mean, Wayne's the best, right? Reclamation projects and getting the best out of blokes. And, mate, if he can get the best out of Josh Schuster and he comes back in 2, 3, 4 weeks and starts playing like, as you said, the Josh Schuster from a few years ago, you stick him in that side. They've lost Cam Murray, right? So you stick him in that team, and he's not Cam Murray, right? He's nothing like Cam Murray. They're different footballers. But I'm just saying, you lose a talent like Cam Murray, who's so integral to you, then suddenly you get this guy, Josh Schuster, this wild card who jumps into your team and starts playing well again. It just completely, can change everything for you.
Yeah, it can. Well, listen, hopefully he makes it back. Reedy, great to speak to you again on a Monday morning. This is our new favourite segment, Gossip Guys, and you've brought the heat.
Thank you, mate. Good to chat.
Cheers.
Cheers, Reedy. You can hear Reedy on NRL 360, Daily Telegraph, the Triple M footy talk.
NRL Daily.
NRL Daily.
I got it wrong last week. It's not footy talk. NRL Daily.
Okay, NRL Daily on Triple M.
Yep.
Now, is that spelled Daily Cherry Evans, D-A-L-E-Y? Is that you guys talking about Cherry every day?
D-A-I-L-Y. Yes.
Important to clear that.
Perfect to clear that. And, mate, you're on Instagram as well. I saw you got we got Reedy's Mail on the gram.
Yeah, I changed. I've gone. I had previously I merged my personal and work accounts. I've separated them now. It's Reedy's Mail. Yeah, it's now a work account.
Good
Go
on
check
you,
out
mate.
Reedy's Mail on Instagram. Send him some dick
Exciting
pics.
times, guys. Exciting times.
Thanks, Reedy.
Thanks, mate.
Cheers, boys.
See you, mate.
Bye.
We go.
Punters and Dribbles, we are brought to you by 4 Pines Japanese Lager and some exciting news. We are doing one of the great race days of all time, 19th of April, at Royal Randwick, members area, trackside. Hello Sport times 4 Pines for a Dribblers Day out.
Picture this. Your mates Tom and Eddie in our bogan fineries. Yeah, the dress code is bogan suits.
Yep. General admission.
General admission. You know the drill. On a beautiful autumnal day, trackside, members reserve, whipping home ponies with like-minded individuals, punters and dribblers, sucking on 4 Pines all day for free. Well, during the start and end time.
Ticket prices include booze and food all day. Obviously, 4 Pines will be there and available. But there's champers, there's wines, there's whatever you really want, you know?
There's also a punters and dribblers fedora.
Yep.
For everyone in attendance.
This is a great way to
fucking unmissable.
Great way to spend a Saturday. Link in the show notes. Link in bio. What are you doing? Let's get the crew together. Get the guys. Get the gals, and let's have a ripping Saturday whipping home pones. Thank you very much to the great Brent Reed there. Gossip Guys segment. They're calling it the most popular segment in podcasting in Australia currently.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
That's what they're saying.
No, I've heard that, mate.
That's what I fucking
No,
heard.
mate, I've heard that one.
Now, just quickly before we move on from Manly, because we put to bed Daily, love you, Skip, and I liked seeing him emotional afterwards. That would have felt quite nice to have, like, you'd be worried that you're going to get booed at your home ground. Everyone's
I genuinely, hand on my rugby league heart, did not think that was going to be an option.
I thought there was a chance, but I didn't believe that it would happen. I was like, fuck, I hope not. That'd be seriously dumb.
That's you leave that sort of stuff to the AFL to boo a great. You know what I mean? Like the AFL love booing greats.
Yeah.
They do that better than anyone.
Different vibe there.
But like they did it.
No, I know
they
they
booed
did
a
it.
fucking great
No, I
who'd
know.
done and achieved everything in the game.
Yeah.
We don't do that in rugby league.
We do if it's from the opposition. I don't mind, like, booing Trell or Gal if you're up against them.
That's different.
Yes.
That's different.
I mean, I
This would have been from your own people.
Yeah. No. I like booing opposition team players that are good. If they're grubs. Not like...
But booing because you're a grub is fine.
No, exactly. Like Gal, God love him.
He got booed near to death.
Yeah, and so he should. Come as a grub.
Grub.
Mick Ennis, grub. Reed Marnie, grub.
So,
Trell, grub.
it'd be if you're starting to come into footy now and you didn't watch... You've only been watching for like the last 5 years. You would not think that Mick Ennis was a grub.
No, because you just hear the way he talks, and
you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, he's like.
You'd be like, what? He was literally the grub.
But also nicest. He was a super nice dude off the. That's often how grubs
Yeah, but that's
work.
all. That's always
Apparently,
the case.
Reed Marnie, like Buzz Rothfield. I tell you, this is a note for like rugby league players. Just if you got a bit of that in you, don't do it against the Sharks because that's Buzz Rothfield's team. And if you are a grub against his team, he will write a full fucking spread about you shitting down your throat, Masood style, which is what he's done to Reed Mahoney today in the Daily Telegraph.
Is Reed Mahoney the foremost grub in the competition right now?
100%.
Yeah.
And that torch...
Who would be second? I feel like there's a dearth of grubs right now in the league.
Yeah, you might be right. That torch was passed from... Was it Ennis to Reynolds or Reynolds to Ennis?
Well, they played at a similar time.
I know, but like, I felt like there was some torch.
I think that the original grub in the line, if you want to do it linearly, it would have gone Mick to Grub Reynolds to Reed Mahoney.
Yes, but then you got like a Josh Maguire who was possibly the greatest grub of them all because he was like an absolute fucking cunt on the field.
There's been grubs, but I feel like there is a dearth right now.
No, right now there's a dearth of grubs. At least it certainly feels that way.
I'm just trying to rack my brain to think of other grubs in the competition.
Will Chambers?
He doesn't play right now though.
But he was a great grub.
No, I'm talking about current grubs.
Could Jerome Luai be a bit grubby at times?
No. He'll talk shit in
a shit talky way.
In shit talky way, post match and stuff. He'll bark on the field, but he's not a grub. Grubs niggle away at you all game.
Yeah,
he doesn't do
like,
that.
You know,
Hudson Young?
He was. He seems like he's reformed. Anyway.
It's just worth stopping every now and then, punters and dribblers, and just having a think about the state of the grub in the game right now.
Yep. And where it's at.
Yep.
Manly, Matty John's made a good point. If you're going for a player, you're not talking about it. Manly have come out. They want Jamal Fogarty. They want Payne Haas. They want fucking Foran again. They want Adam Reynolds. Don't talk about it for starters. I like that from Matty. It's good. That's good sage advice from a sage, wise old rugby league mind. If you're really serious, you don't talk about it, apparently. Sure, you want Payne Haas. Sure, dude. I get it.
But
I get it. Yeah, great. So do I. I don't want Foran back. God love him. I don't want Adam Reynolds. God love him. And Jamal Fogarty, I will accept
on
over
Payne Haas,
having Tommy in 5'8".
With Payne Haas, the reality is a front row forward is not as important as a halfback.
No, but he's pretty fucking good.
He is fucking good, but if you don't have a halfback, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You can have the best pack in all history. If you don't have if your halfback's dog shit, you can't win. So what's the fucking point?
Yeah. Fair. Anyway, I don't know what the fuck.
Also, Payne Haas isn't going to Manly.
I would doubt it. Yeah,
that's not happening.
I doubt it. He might.
Like there was an article I saw. Are they fucked the Broncos with their cap?
Possibly.
Can they not keep him?
Oh, they probably could. They'd find a way. Life finds a way, Edward.
Life does find a way.
Yeah. That's all I would say to that, is that life finds a way. Now, Bunnies beating the Panthers. Panthers 3 on the trot, losses, first since 2019. Didn't see it coming, but then also...
Was it like how many days was this? Like 1,300 days or something?
Since I've lost 3 in a row.
Yeah.
It's a lot of days. This is not me becoming the Monday quarterback, as they say, because this is me being upset at myself for not being an astute rugby league mind, which obviously I'm not, but it's upsetting because it was right in front of us.
You get vibes.
I get vibes sometimes.
But you don't often act on them.
No, I don't, because I'm a giant pussy. But them beating the Panthers, when you observe the Panthers side, who that team was, that was like the most straight up fucking call of all time. They don't have Cleary. They don't have Luai. They don't have Dylan Edwards. They don't have Fisher Harris. They only have Isaiah Yeo, essentially, in terms of like their fucking... And To'o. But like...
And Liam Martin.
Yeah.
He's a big...
No, he's good. He's big as well. But like, that's not the same team. That's not the team. That's not Penrith. That's a fucking Penrith bottom 8 side, or just scrape on the top 8.
Penrith Light.
It's diet Penrith.
Penrith
Maybe
Light.
not bottom 8, but diet Penrith. So the fact that South...
Penrith Max, to use a Pepsi term.
Yeah, exactly. It's Penrith Max. But like, so to think that the Rabbitohs couldn't do the fucking damn thing, even though they're depleted, they've got this, rugby league Jesus in Wayne. Keon's looking skinny and jacked.
My God. Just a moment, punters and dribblers. to show a little respect, to show a little appreciation, to show a little acknowledgement for Keon Kolomatangi, who has lost that weight, son.
Yeah, dude. He's on that Ozempic.
He's on that Ozemp, that capital O stuff.
Yeah.
He's lost fucking 30 kilos.
And
he was
just
a big boy at some
He
point.
looks trim, taut, and terrific.
And he's what, scored 2 tries?
2 tries.
Yeah, lad.
Tell you who looked really good as well, and this is sad because he obviously hurt himself, but AJ, before he got injured, like he looked as fit as I've seen him physically.
He looked great.
But, you know, they just the tightness around the muscles. The skin's tight.
Yeah.
The skin was very tight around the muscles. And, of course, he scored a fucking try. That was easiest one.
But it had work to do.
Had work to do, but then injures himself when scoring. I feel bad for
Because he puts his body on the line for the club and for rugby league.
He's on 196 tries.
Yep. In like 225 games.
Yeah.
Looked that up on the weekend. Obviously, I like to do my research, punters and dribblers. I look at this South performance, 28-0 before the Panthers scored some tries that no one cared about. Wayne Bennett is a fucking genius.
Yeah.
His ability to squeeze all the juice out of a lemon, even if you pride yourself, right, as a man that can squeeze juice out of lemon, you've got one of the great lemon squeezers all the time. Maybe you've got an ancient technique passed down through your grandmas.
Maybe you work at Boost Juice.
And you're like, nah, bro, no one could squeeze lemons like me. No. The person to have squeezed the most juice out of lemons in the history of humanity is Wayne Bennett.
Yeah.
He's got a bloke who'd played one game, first grade game, Jamie Humphreys, just running the show.
Yep.
He's got Keon hot and toit. Latrell Mitchell in the preseason photos looked fucking incredibly fit. I know he's injured, but he looked unbelievable.
But he looks really good.
He looks unbelievable.
And he's got a hot haircut. It's like a shaved fade. The whole thing's working.
He's got a 5'5" guy, Jai Gray, believing he's like 6.5 foot, killing
smaller than fucking.
He's the smallest man to ever play rugby league.
2 centimetres shorter than Hugh Bowman.
Shorter than Huey Bowman.
Is that legit?
Yeah. And he's leading the Dally M points.
Of course he is, because Wayne's got him believing. He squeezed that bitch. Who the fuck has ever squeezed that much juice out of a bloke 2 centimetres shorter than Hugh Bowman playing first grade rugby league? Not in the 50s, not in the 60s.
No.
In 2025, when people are huge.
Against the 4-time premiers.
When half the league's Islanders, big boys.
Yeah.
Like... And little Jai Gray out there, the jockey that could, getting it done.
Lil Jai.
And trucking nut too, doing the tough stuff.
Of course he's doing the tough stuff.
So I'm getting pumped about Jai Gray. I'm fucking loving it.
Well, it's pumped about Wayne. And in turn, Jai. David Moali, someone who I'm like, you know, it's easy for me to just sort of gloss over him because I'm not a South fan. But he was looking good. That try he scored was good. That was strong rugby league.
Sean Kepi's playing all right. He scored a try the other week.
Yeah, I know.
Do you know what I mean?
We should almost be on Sean every week for a try.
Well, I got on him a couple of times last year, and then I saw the errors in my way. But now that Wayne juicing a Sean Kepi, there's more.
Wayne can get juice out of it in an XK for sure.
Yeah.
But it just upset me a little bit that, again, hindsight 2020 in that, but like it feels obvious.
But the thing is, you were saying all last week you think Souths will win or could win, and you did nothing about it. So it's just...
I know.
You need to be better. You can't come in every week and say this.
No, dude, but I'm saying I'm a piece of shit here. I'm not trying to suck my own penis.
No, I know you're not sucking your own penis, but I just want you to be better. Yeah, otherwise, it's like if you come in every week with this same narrative that, I picked it, but I never did anything about it.
Well, I don't do that. What else did I do?
Hey? I just hope this isn't a trend.
What's the fucking one time, cunt?
Listen, I feel like you're developing a bit of a trend line.
That's disgraceful behaviour.
Because you have a good vibe for things.
Right, and then I fuck it up.
You get in your own way, mate. You get boils and shit.
Don't know what. Tom Boiling here.
Tommy Boiling here.
Tommy Boils.
Tommy Boils. Fuck you.
Anyway, went on to South. They really did fucking
huge crowd out there.
They got out to the front, and then they were like, "Holy shit, we're like too high. I've never been this high before. I don't know what to do." And they just stopped scoring points.
On the Panthers, just quickly, what are they doing to their stadium? Is it going to be like a big swish thing?
I think it's going to be a bit combanky.
They're making it combanky.
I think so. I think they've knocked the whole bastard down, or at least that's the plan.
Can you look into that, Tobler?
Mm-hmm.
Just curious to know. And did they leave the trot track?
I think they did. I think
Thank
that was
God.
they were going to get rid of that, but I don't. That could be wrong. They were trying to get rid of it, and then I think people staged a coup there.
A coup d'etat.
A coup d'etat at the trots.
A coup de...
A coup d'etat at the trots.
Oh, the old coup d'etat.
So it's like a $300 million redevelopment, including a new Western grandstand, refurbished Eastern grandstand.
300 million?
And they're not even knocking the whole thing down and building it again.
Manly's been asking for 10 million for our stadium, and that was like,
yeah,
that's
but
it.
I think we have a safe
$309
liberal
million
seat.
project.
We have a safe liberal seat.
300 million.
We have a safe liberal seat.
Wow, that's a lot of money.
I know. We need to get some. We need to get a bit of fucking. We need to muddy the waters politically.
Jeez, that's slipped through slipped through to the keeper. People were blowing up about Allianz getting $1 billion. It's like, yeah, but it's
In the heart of the city.
it's in the heart of the city.
But they maybe are like, well, there's a lot of people out there.
Is there? There's a lot of people in Parramatta. It's in the middle. I get that. Penrith?
Foot of the mountains. I don't know. Listen, I don't care.
Mountain folk don't come down, do they?
Well, I didn't think mountain folk sort of travelled.
I thought they just stayed up there and fucking lived in like
Mountains. Hoochies and shit.
yeah,
Caves.
had harems and shit.
Yeah, caves though. I think they have caves and cults.
Caves and cults. That's the mountain way.
Caves, cults, harems, hoochies.
And cricket.
Well, and cricket.
Shout to Pat.
Yeah.
It's only going to increase the capacity by 2,500.
Great. Love it.
For 300 million.
I love that.
Geez, that's money well spent.
Yeah, and they're not even knocking down rebuild.
So what? So you're telling me the stadium's going to hold 20,000? It's going to cost 300 million.
It's going to go from 22.5 to 25.
That is. And just
Who green lights this stuff?
It'll also be able to accommodate another 5 when hosting concerts.
Oh, so
player
all the
amenities
toddlers in the middle
upgraded.
and the mosh.
Oh, the concerts.
New change rooms. Women's toilets increased.
Sometimes I reckon they only want it like the iPhones. They only want to improve them incrementally. So then, in like 16 years' time, they go, "We can fucking bash this bitch down and build another one." Like you don't want to make something that's good for ages because no one's making money after that. You want to bloody get government contracts and fucking whatever else to knock these things down and rebuild them. Like, yes, Allianz is fantastic and it's the best ground in the country almost. Maybe even Optus Stadium as well. I don't know, but like.
We've been to Optus.
Yeah, it was good.
I liked it.
I liked it, but I didn't go to a Toddy's in there, and I don't know if they've got one. But, but like, it feels like it's that you don't want to make these. You want these things to become.
How much did Combank
Shit.
cost? Because
380?
I think it cost 300 million, and that does not look very good for 300.
No. Why the fuck would you not have a what?
360.
Right.
They're
Okay.
keeping the hill.
Well, that doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, listen. I suppose when you're 4-time premiers, you just spend up.
Yeah, and also though, who's the member out there? Or was it the old sports minister, or whatever his fucking name was? But that may have been in the.
No, there's a
previous-
member. There's like a member. There's a member out there.
Farouk Carr, Minister
No.
for Western Sydney.
No, it was a federal. Anyway,
Whatever.
listen. Our political knowledge is
Melissa McIntosh?
super
Ah,
shallow.
fuck this shit. Don't who cares? Next game of rugby league football. Oh, while we're on Penrith, arguably the greatest footballer of all time, outside of Tommy Trbojevic, was in the studio on Friday, doing 6 and 7 shit. I don't want to. There's a few things coming up there. Some big stuff.
Tall glass of water
Dude, he's tall.
and big,
6'2".
at least.
Like when you see him defend like that, you're like, oh, it makes sense now. You're a giant.
Calm too.
He also credited us with breaking the news, which
Yeah.
I
Well, listen.
respected.
I mean, at least we get acknowledgement.
Yeah.
Remember when people talk shit? Was it the Daily Mail?
No, it's pedestrian.
Pedestrian.
Not going to believe these two fucking dickheads. And that's paraphrasing. They probably were.
Okay. Well, have you been raised in a society where people getting ice cream means something? Like,
Yeah.
where have you been?
We did get an apology, in fairness to them,
Yeah,
which I didn't expect.
Well, sorry, you're right. I'm just getting hot under the
No,
collar.
I get it, but we did get an apology.
I feel like people like to attack us, Tom, sometimes, you know?
Yeah, I know.
Nathan's
What have we
6
done to
foot.
anyone? Hey?
Nathan's only 6 foot.
Bullshit.
Well, he
mate.
was
He's
in
right
the
front of
studio
us.
the other day, and I'm 6 foot, and he was taller than me.
Nice.
Did you eyeball his shoes, maybe?
Oh, no, they
Your
weren't
son, he
high.
had lifts on?
No, he didn't have
No,
lifts.
I don't know, but some shoes are thick these days.
No,
I'd
I don't
lean
think
into
so.
it.
I don't think there was
You
lifts.
think he had lifts on?
I don't. Listen, that's a
There's just a discrepancy.
that could be defamation. So I'd be careful about that. We don't need defamation on Nathan Cleary.
With a capital D.
Yeah. Titans beat the Roosters. That was something we picked.
Yeah, we picked it.
Didn't.
Because if you watch the game of the Titans round 1 game, their game last week rather. Who'd they beat last week? My mind,
Titans.
my memory,
The Knights?
a mess. Yes, I was like, oh, this team looks pretty good. So I like their chances against the Roosters. The Roosters are going to have a tough year, I think. The shining light in their side, there's obviously got the great players, but Mark Nawanga Nitawase
Yep, our mate.
is terrific.
No, he's so good.
He is.
He's really good.
He is
And getting better.
terrific. Unbelievable player.
And getting better.
So big and strong. Got that slick offload, brah. That little
He's slick with it.
That little fang out the
He's slick
back.
with it.
He's a handful, brah. He's a rugby league handful. You'd think he'd been playing rugby league his whole life.
I think he has, but,
Not his whole life, though.
well, he stopped for a period of time.
Exactly. There you go.
He'll play rugby union.
He had 2 line breaks and 3 tackle breaks.
And a try. Shout out to Rugby League Guru who got the fucking alphabet bet.
did.
Mark. Into
That's all in
18.
about even. Go and check it out. It's award winning. But listen, the Roosters. What do you say?
No, nothing, dude. I think.
Do you know what I mean? It's tough. It's tough going without Sam Walker. It just is.
And it was in the Buzzers thing today. Chad Townsend. Buzz is basically saying like they should the Chad. He called it like the Chad Townsend experiment has been a failure or something. like that.
Guru wants to see him replaced.
Well, dude, 0 runs.
He
0 meters.
so 3 meters on the weekend.
Yeah.
1 run for 3 meters.
Buzz is reporting it at 0 runs, 0 meters.
Mayo man.
Well, yeah, I know.
I'm going to go with Roo.
No, so am I, but I like 0
1
runs,
run,
0
3
meters.
meters.
It's a tough one. Who do they replace him with? Got some young kids. Got some young kids they want to bring through. Maybe Connor Watson, they were saying. Maybe you put Connor
Well, Connor
in
can do a job.
Can.
Versatile.
Yeah,
14
yeah,
in
yeah,
that.
yeah. Well,
For the state in that.
9, 14, 7, 6. What can't he do? Put him in the centres.
Centres. Seen him play centre. Seen him play wing. AJ looked great.
Yep.
Jaden Campbell was a beast.
Yep.
Tino's a freak.
Yep. That's sort of the takeaways.
That's
mate.
like,
That's the
for me at
takeaway.
least.
Yeah.
What's David Fafita's like?
Well, he's benched. He
What's
starts on
doing?
the bench. I don't know, dude. I don't know. That's who I thought could have been in Buzz's little like what forward, disgruntled forward on $1 million is fucking.
That's got to be him, doesn't it?
I would buy him. I'd still have him at Manly.
Yeah.
But not for $1 million, obviously, but like I'd get him.
Not $1 million. We can't just keep spending $1 million on people.
No, we can't. We can't afford that.
I'd take him though.
I'd take him. Need him, want him, take him.
Need him.
Want him.
But would he want to come to us?
Probably. I think he, was he in the team at the Broncos when Seabold got him the spoon? Might be nice to reunite. Trying your right wrongs.
Or would he left?
Don't know. I think he might have been there for at least one of them. Whatever. But listen, you can't be mad when you see the Roosters lose. So
No, I'm not. I'm just getting my hate in for the Roosters while the getting's good, because if they sign Cherry Evans and do stuff, then I'm going to be furious.
But
So I
also,
just
Cherry
need
Evans
to-
still not made up his mind. He might be watching this being like, oh, yuck.
Yeah, that's a foul rugby league side
Yeah.
right there.
No thanks. I want to go win comps, not stink up the joint.
Next game. Friday night, delight. Dolphins, Bronx, torrential rugby league rain.
Tobler, can you just get up? Did you see the Titans trying to sing their team song?
No, I didn't.
Get that video up. That needs to be discussed.
What, everyone holding a bit of paper?
This was fucked. This was fucked. This was fucked.
And they put it up.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh my God!
I got to be honest, that gave me the ick. I can't help it. I love all them. That was fucked. Why didn't you?
New song.
What's the reason? Can we find the reason why they changed the song? I mean, I guess they're only a couple of. They're not that deep into their history.
What do you mean? They came in like 2007.
Yeah, but what I mean is like...
They've almost been in the comp for 20 years.
Yes, but the Tigers changed theirs recently. Benji came in and gave me a new song. I more mean like they're not, Manly Seagulls 1947 sort of stuff. I don't like the juju on changing a song though, unless maybe there was some, I don't know, like there was something they didn't like. I don't know. But I don't. But practice it before.
If I can come into bat for them,
yeah,
which I will, because it's important sometimes to play devil's advocate.
Yeah.
There may be some very superstitious boys in that change room. I can imagine myself being this way inclined, who don't want to practice a song for fear of like practicing the winging song almost brings.
Sure. And you know what? That's fine. You know what you could do though? We get someone from the club who's behind this new song to record the version of it. And what you do is you send the players home with a digital download, and
they listen to it in the car.
And a sheet of paper, and you can just do it on your own time.
Instead of together, which would indicate celebratory, bad juju.
It's just not a great look. It's not a great look.
They've also stolen lyrics from that Joey Manu Swahili rap song.
Who rocks the party? We rock the party. They have.
What have they stolen? What lyric?
Who rocks the party? We rock the party.
Is that in there?
Yeah. Dude, that's a great call, Will. They've plagiarized fucking... What are those boys called? What's their rap crew called?
No idea what the crew's called, but the song, they've definitely taken the chorus on it.
Just wait.
Dream Yours? We Rock the Party. That's the name of the song.
They've mixed a few things. I think "Who Are We Ready" is like is in the Panthers song. The song's not that great.
Who rocks the party? I rock the party. Is that it?
That's from the Joey Suaalii.
But they borrowed that from that's a thing.
Of course it is. I just don't know that is an element in a team song. Who rocks the party? We rock the party is a bit lame.
Well, it doesn't make any sense. What party are you at? You're playing footy.
Well, it just is like I
is
like
it a footy party. What?
And this could be, hey, granddad. But like,
what?
No. But I kind of like those old dumb AFL songs where it's like we're off to war songs. Well, it's a big, big time from the that's a new song, but it's like that's written in the right.
Yeah, it's old timey.
Yeah.
The difference between AFL and the NRL is that everyone sings their team song in the AFL, whereas ours it's like in NRL it's a bit of a secret. Only the team sings it.
We are the man boys. We are to win today. We are the boys. Show them how to play.
When Manly win, they play Eagle Rock at the ground.
Yes.
You don't play the team song. That's the difference.
No. Yes, I hear you.
They don't play that. They wouldn't be playing that song in the ground after the Titans win.
No.
I think that it needs to be a little bit more inclusive. I think the AFL get that right.
Yeah.
Guru, shout out to him with one of the great comments, me reading French flat pack instructions.
Yep.
Couldn't agree more.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, that was just a little aside there. I thought it was worth.
David Fafita over the top, looking at the notes on the Esky, makes for a beautiful start to a video where no one knows what the fuck they're singing.
Yeah. But, Jesus, some big boys.
Look at Tino. He's like, he's just not getting it real easy.
Look at the thighs on Dave Fafita. Anyway, I like them. I like the Titans this year.
I always like the Titans.
I don't always like the Titans, but I do this year. And I like the boys. Your Brumos of the world. Anyway, next game. What was the next one?
That was Paul.
What, that singing?
Oh,
it was yuck.
That's fucking foul.
Yuck stuff. Broncos fish. Yep, nothing really to this game. It's been a wet ass weekend of rugby league. None of the games were fantastic from memory.
They were all shit. They were all, like the Tigers game last night.
That had a bit about it.
Had a little bit about it. Had more about it than these. It's just wet weather footy's pretty drab. Let's be honest. Especially some of the games it was absolutely shitting down. In this one in particular. This
one was shitting down. You still got some points. Fucking Gemmet Shibasaki is, He's got a bit about him, that guy. He's a bit of a journeyman turned throbber.
Can I be honest with you?
Journeyman throbber.
I had never heard of him until this year.
I had. I think he might have a brother as well, Shibasaki. I think there's a couple of them. But again, no, they're like, I've definitely heard of him because of that last
Where did he
name.
play before the Broncos?
He played at the Broncos, then he went to the Knights. I think he had some time at Souths, maybe North Queensland, and then back to the Broncos. Is that right?
Yeah, Broncos, Knights, Cowboys, Rabbits,
What on?
Broncos.
Sorry, everyone. Forgive
And
me.
how many was he?
But he wasn't. He didn't play that. Like he played 13 games across 2 seasons for his first year at the Broncos, 14 at the Knights over 2 years, 2 at Cowboys, 1 at Rabbits.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not really
That's
sure
why.
who the fuck he is.
Yeah.
I know him now.
Unless you're
Don't
like
worry
me and
about
you're
that.
tapped in. But he's looking jacked. He's playing like a guy that's jacked, and he has the tightest goatee in the NRL.
He's doing so much for the goatee right now. It's crazy to the point where Cody Totes he's shaved one in.
Yeah. And that's not even. I mean, maybe Cody's is more Galvin based. I'm not sure, but Galvin's goatee has nothing on Shibasaki's.
Yeah, but when you think of Galvin, you don't think goatee. When you think of Shibasaki, you think goatee.
You think
that's the difference.
It almost looks like he's got laser on every other part of his face except for where the goatee grows.
I'll give you an example. Close your eyes, punters and drillers, and just work with me. Tony Carroll.
Goatee.
So you can see it straight away.
Yep.
That's all you see.
Yep.
You go bang, straight to the goatee.
Robert Whittaker.
Bang, straight to the goatee.
Yep.
That's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about goatees of note.
Yep.
Shibasaki's got one, and I expect to see a fair few goatees at Magic Round this year. Like, I expect to see lots of them.
Yep. We were musing about whether we would grow them. I can't be seen in my children's school with one, and it would be great.
We just don't think you'd be able to pick these daughters up anymore.
No.
Not without, letting off
Some
alarms.
sort of alarm.
Pedo alarm.
Well, listen, criminal alarm. You know what I'm saying?
An alarm goes
An
off.
alarm goes off
On your face.
with a goatee.
Right, like, we need to...
But you could do one because you don't really have any reason not to. Your daughter isn't at school,
No, she's not.
and you could do one.
I could.
Yours would be fucking mean, dude.
Yeah, it would. It would. Listen, maybe it might come up at some point this season.
Maybe at some point this season. We'll
At this
find a way to do
at
them.
this point right now, it feels a little forced, but
Yeah.
you never know when
You
a
never
goatee
know.
may come up.
Yeah, if it makes sense to do it, we may do it.
Goatee bet, mate. This game was like whatever. To be honest,
Yeah.
it never really got going.
None of them did.
The Dolphins had a bit of a crack late, but in the
Stags
end,
went over. Whatever. It's a bit of a whatever game. To be
it's just where the footy's not terrific.
nah.
Let's be honest.
Can we be honest? Let's go to the next one, Tobler. What do you reckon? You're picking up on our disinterest. Now, this game I'm also not that interested in. Dragons did defeat the Storm. Congratulations to the Dragons. Good win. Like, that's a good wet weather win. That's what rain does, though. Rain is a leveler.
Rain's a leveler. They had the bye the week before, so all they would have done is they came in and made it grubby.
Yeah.
The game was not grubby, it was dour.
As I said, I believe I said on the number one betting show in the country about even heard of it, was that the Dragons make good teams play shit.
Yeah, they bring him down, but they played that. But that's a
And
strength.
it's not that the Dragons play amazingly either. It's that they just bring and in a rainy Dragons game,
They suck you down and drag you down into a wet Jubilee Stadium Saturday afternoon 3 p.m. game that was just dour as fuck.
Nothing. Like just blech, unless you're a Dragons fan.
Unless you're a Dragons fan.
And I would like to congratulate them, honestly, because that is a good win.
It's a great win.
It's a great win.
I want to shout out friend of the show, Clint Gutherson.
Who just feels every emotion out there.
He
feels it,
mate. He dragged them to that W.
Yeah, that's because that's what he does.
He was feeling that game
When they won, he let out a real primal.
It was guttural.
Yep. I'm in labour sort of roar.
Yep. But mate, and a man that's experienced labour a mere 3 weeks ago, 3 in a pinch.
Was it 3 on Friday? Is that it?
3 last Friday. Yep.
Cheap as creepers.
I know guttural.
Yeah.
And I know primal now.
Yeah.
And that was guttural and that was primal out of Clint Gutherson, who wanted that win so bad
Clint
and
Gutherson.
got it. Nice.
Thanks, mate.
But he was good. He was great.
Clint is always good. Clint is never going to be 10 out of 10 good in terms of like Reece. His ceiling isn't what Reece Walsh can do. His ceiling isn't what Toby Turbo can do. But
His
his floor is like 7.5. Like he's guts and grind and graft
He's
and
Clint.
guttural. He's Clint, dude.
He plays like a Clint.
He does.
That's how Clints play.
Yeah, that's what Clints do.
That's what Clints do.
Clints do that.
Clints go out there, they give you at least a 7.5. They give you guttural primal roars, and they get you grinding dowel wins in the wet. Yeah. That's what a Clint will do. You can bet your bottom dollar, the last dollar you got, punters and dribblers, on Clints to drag you to victory in shit shows.
Yeah, when they shouldn't. Like against the odds.
If you think about it, look where the Eels are now. Winless.
Yeah.
To start the season, and also fucking nowhere.
They're winless and Clintless.
They're not going to win the Clint games this year, Tom.
No.
That's the difference. Yeah. There's going to be games this season where a Clint would have done it for them.
Yep.
Just like the Dragons on the weekend. If there's no Clint in that side, and it doesn't need to be Clint Gutherson, but a Clint of any note.
But Clint Gutherson's your premier Clint in the competition.
100%. He's the foremost Clint.
Yes.
He can win you games like that. He can win you games like that, and he did.
Yep.
Great stuff from the Dragons. I liked it. Love to see it.
Yeah,
in front of 6,000 Brave fans at Jubilee. Beautiful stuff.
It fucked me from a gambling perspective. Not important, though, but it's not
well, we're not talking about that now.
No, we're not. But what I mean is...
We're just talking about what Clints do,
I'm happy for the Dragons. I'm happy anytime the Storm lose, basically.
Give me an underdog in the wet with a Clint. Load the fuck up.
Yeah. I'm in.
That's a new blanket rule for me.
Probably, well, it should be for everyone.
And for all the punter and all the dribbler.
Rain affected.
Dower underdog.
Clint.
Yeah, Clint.
Tell you what, Craig Bellamy would be grumpy, Ed.
He would, because he got Clinted.
And he had Laurie Daly and Chris Minns in the box with him, and that didn't do shit.
What do you got Chris in there for?
I don't know. Chris Minns probably just trying to ruin another fucking great public golf course somewhere. He's probably looking at golf courses to ruin. But
he's just scouting them out.
Scouting out golf courses.
He's like, what golf course is going to fuck over at Cogra?
Yeah. Is there any other golf course I can needlessly just take apart under the guise of green spaces for fucking people? Even though there's apparently it's on like a desolate fucking, like it's on like wastelands and shit. Like Moore Park's apparently built over like a fucking, like an old like refuse for like, there's like poison and shit under there. So let's dig that up and get that back into the atmosphere. Now I'm grumpy now.
Yeah,
just talking about fucking Chris Minns.
But Melbourne's grumpy.
Melbourne's a Storm.
Storm 10% off at grumpycoffee.com.au because Clint came into town riding on his pony and got one up him.
Yeah, he did.
And you just don't want that. If you're the Storm and you're trying to build a season, a premiership winning season off the back of grit and determination and winning the dirty ones, the grubby ones, the dour ones, the soggy ones, the wet ones, and Clint riding on his pony gets one over you, you're grumpy as fuck. So Storm 10% off grumpycoffee.com.au.
Just on one gambling thing, not to do with rugby league. Yesterday on the stream, we're watching the footy. The game was up and down in terms of interest levels. Some dribbler reaches out and goes, in the chat, and goes, "Oi, boys, there's a fucking, the next, in the Sunshine Coast, there's a horse running called Birmingham." So what do? We do what anyone with any skerrick of
and not my boy Birmingham.
Not my boy Birmingham, which has also yielded some nice returns for a couple of boys, some called Birmingham. But what we did, because we have self-respect, is we got the fuck on that pony. Everyone in the office got on.
At $9.75.
At $9.75 rugby league cents. And then, as the stream's finishing, Tommy Tobler cuts in and alerts us to the fact that there's 300, 400 to go.
200 even.
200 to go. And Birmingham is 3 lengths in front.
And a grey.
And so...
nothing.
What's everything? It's everything. And so we just get after it. We start yipping and we're yahooing and we're screaming and we're hooting and hollering. And...
I'm humping.
Shock horror, Birmingham gets home and everyone wins, except for Olin Tekis, who wasn't on it. But that was his fault because we couldn't have made it more clear. He didn't know what the fuck was going on.
No, I don't think he did.
Olin was looking around going, what the fuck is everyone
I think he was
screaming
confused.
about? Yeah, he was confused.
Which is fine.
Well, I can't help you there.
No. I think he was confused by the bet, and I think he's a little bit confused by Titanic trivia.
I think he's confused by us, maybe even a little bit on some level.
Well, he wouldn't be the first.
No.
Shout out Dolan Teague.
Shout out.
Greats.
Great, man. I'm going to wait. Punters and dribblers, if you're like myself and Edward Simpson, you were given a gift from the gods on the weekend, and that was a race on the Sunshine Coast where Birmingham was running.
That's a gift from the punting gods given out by a punter / dribbler.
$9.75. You hear about that, you get on with Neds, and you whip home a grey.
That's all you need to do. So if you want to get a red hot tip, if you want to whip home a grey, do it with Neds, the best in the fucking business.
That's right. Follow on our profiles, join the About Even group, get amongst it if you're that way inclined. What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website. How about dem cows, brah?
Mate, dem cows got it done. Dem cows needed to get it done.
No, dem cows needed to.
And I think that when dem cows need to get it done against a side that you had to get the spoon,
Well, they're losing. Back to back.
so it sort of makes sense.
Sure.
Tell you what, Toddy Payton, he
looked like he was crying.
He slips into bed, dude, Saturday night. After he's probably had a couple of darts and a couple of stiff rums, I would have thought. I'm putting words in his mouth. I'm
Maybe
just
a
saying,
wank?
maybe a wank just to decompress.
Yeah.
He slips in bed and he just goes,
And then just straight to sleep.
bang.
Out.
Like a light, and then wakes up without just immense anxiety.
He wakes up and he's got like half an inch of hair growing back.
I think he wakes up and and he can actually see because the bags under his eyes haven't like fucking taken
Well,
away
they've
sight.
receded. They've receded.
Yep.
No, that's a very astute observation there.
You know, like that beautiful feeling of relief.
Well, it's fresh wash bed sheets. It's a couple of darts, couple of rums out on the back deck.
Yep.
'Cause
By
you have
himself.
one,
By
by himself. Silence.
Yep.
Lights even off potentially in the dark.
1,000%
Just the glow of the lit cigarette.
and just the sound of crickets. I don't know if
Yeah.
they get them up there, but if they do,
or an evening storm, an evening North Queensland storm.
that's
you
nice.
know,
I like that.
whole family's in bed.
Yep.
It's probably fucking like 1 or 2 in the morning.
Yeah,
you know what I
no,
mean?
it's late.
Because you got all that post game shit you got to do. It's late.
It's late. It's 100% late. I know it was the 5:30 game, so what, they finished at 7:30. It's like 2 in the morning.
It's probably 2 in the morning. It's a lot of shit to do afterwards.
Yep.
He's probably watched the game back even because
100%.
he's a meticulous guy.
It's late.
He's smoking cigarettes.
Mm-hmm. He's probably had 4 or 5.
He's probably had 4 or 5 at this point. He's drinking rum, probably with a dash of coke because he's not. You know, it's not the stiff shit. You know what I mean? This is like I'm just trying to fucking wind down. Yep. And he seems like a guy that likes full strength coke.
He's trying to numb the brain.
Yes. Now, after a couple of darts and a couple of rums and a decompression of the game, your mind then does start to think about other things. Porn. So he loads something up on the phone. He thinks, fuck, I could have a wank.
Yeah.
It's been a good day. You know what to top this thing off?
Yeah.
Is a wank.
But I think it's twofold. I think what would top this day off is a bat, but also what's gonna really relax me, and that's getting a nut off.
No, it's exactly right. Yeah. Let's finish this thing off right, but it's also just going to be like, I don't wank unless we win. It's probably something to that.
Steve Smith has a chocolate bar.
Peyton wanks.
Peyton has a wank.
Peyton has a pack of darts, some rum and cokes,
and a wank.
And a wank.
Yeah, out on the back porch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then slips into bed.
Yep.
Well, firstly, he probably browses out there. He's like, I've got some time here. His face illuminated with the glow of.
He's got the brightness down, but it's still bright.
It's pitch black out there.
Yeah,
The
it's still
brightness,
bright.
you know.
Yeah.
So he peruses the sites, finds something that's tickles the mood, the fancy of the moment.
Yep.
Feels
And that's entirely up to
it's
Mr.
up to
Payton.
him. Completely up to Mr. Payton, and it's also a moment to moment thing. What what he's watching last night might just be worlds apart.
Worlds apart. Who knows?
He might have seen something that day.
Who knows where he landed? But he's landed somewhere. We know that.
Yeah. And then he's landed himself in the bathroom, door locked, headphones in.
Yep.
So as to not arouse suspicion.
Yep.
The only thing he wants to arouse is himself.
He doesn't arouse the home, the house. He wants to arouse.
He doesn't want to arouse suspicion. He wants to be aroused
Todd
himself. He gets in there, pumps one out, none the wiser.
Shower, bed, relief.
Yeah, sleep.
That's the sort of win it was.
Yeah.
That's the sort of win it was.
Because it was up and down.
It was up and down, and the Raiders were coming.
I tell you when they were coming. I tell you when they stopped coming. And it's really a sliding doors moment here, where one thing if this came off, I think the Raiders win. And it's Xavier Savage, who you see it in players that have really good ability, and you go, oh, okay,
Is this when he should have given it?
Yeah. When he should have given it, he makes a classy break, and he has Owen Paddy inside him.
Owen Paddy, that's all.
This is to level the scores as well. I'm pretty sure if he goes over here, it's either to take the lead or level, and he goes himself when he did not need to, and Drinky makes the tackle.
I think it was to win. It was to go in front, wasn't it? If they converted it?
No, it was to level.
To level.
To level, right.
But, to not do that, to go yourself and to not pull it off, obviously, if you go yourself and pull it off, yeah, man, you're a hero. But it's the real classy players are the ones that don't do that, I think. The best players, they can do it and they don't. It's they have the ability to pull this shit off and they don't do it. Yep. They give the ball every time. And it just
Tommy yesterday.
Yeah, when he handballs it over to Lehigh Hopoate, yeah. Tommy could have scored that.
Could have scored. He walked over the try line. So, but there's more of a chance of scoring if Lehigh gets the ball. And that's what Xavier did.
It's a guaranteed
It's a guarantee.
It's I could score this myself, but there's a guaranteed try if I just play team first rugby league football.
Yep.
And Xavier Savage, I'm not even saying that he is this sort of a player generally, but it gives me the vibe that you are now, because that was so blatant. Mm-hmm. That was so, I want to score the try. It's not one where you maybe misread the situation. It was you give that ball, it is a try. And then I think that it's a complete different story. Todd's having probably a pack of darts instead of 5. He's not putting coke in there, and no, it's straight. And
who knows if he's having a wank or not?
Yeah, well, it might be a different type of wank. It'd be a frustrated one. He doesn't finish.
Yeah, either he doesn't finish, or maybe he rewards himself with a wank and he doesn't even get to have one. So he just lays there staring at the ceiling all night, doesn't get a wink of sleep, wakes up super fucking stressed.
Well, because he's trying to wank all night. That's all it is. He can't finish. He's furious.
Yeah. He wakes up with a red raw cock. So it's a different. If Xavier passes that ball, Todd wakes up with a red raw penis.
It's a different night.
That's sliding doors.
Dude, you know where he wakes up, Eddie? On the balcony.
Yeah.
Because he's doing it out there. He's had a whole brick. And he's out there and he wakes up.
He's had a brick. Yeah, he wakes up with his fucking pants around his ankles. Yeah.
Different night.
By his missus giving him a little shake.
What are you? Yo.
You go to bed before the kids get up. Or the neighbour, Bill, gives him a shout. Might want to go inside, mate.
Todd.
Oh, mate, you've done it again. Thus has been the start of the season, but Xavier doesn't pass it, so there we go. Now,
Ricky wasn't happy about it either.
Oh, well, Ricky's never happy, is he?
Really?
Where he wasn't I'll tell you what, he wasn't by the sidelines either. Obviously didn't take the cow seriously, up in the box.
Didn't take him seriously. That's it, really. I didn't know that. Yeah. I'd love to get Rando onto a stat about games the Raiders win when Sticky's on the sideline as opposed to in the box.
Well, because we were talking about the other day and you were sort of saying that he's on the sidelines most of the game. But then I feel like I see him in the stands every now and then. Anyway,
no, you do. Anyway,
he was definitely in the stands.
That's one that will
for the Cowboys game, and they didn't win
Rando.
because I don't think he took him seriously. But I want to get Rando into that ASAP.
Yep.
Sharks lost to the Bulldogs. They were at home. They were at Shark Park in front of their faithful. They don't have that. They don't have that killer.
Cunt. They don't have cunt, dude.
They don't have cunt.
You know what they did? They went and they bought AFB and went, here we go. Let's go buy some cunt. Now, they did get cunt in AFB, but not enough.
He doesn't play 80 minutes.
But it's not enough. You've all got to have a bit more cunt in you if you want the net positive of AFB to actually make sense.
Yes.
Or to work.
Yes.
Or to be realised.
Yes. So, but yeah, he will. Obviously, the cunt has gone up with him in the side,
Yes.
but I feel like the rest of the side have now become reliant on his cunt levels, and their cunt levels have fallen.
Yeah, it's almost like if you do testosterone, your testicles stop producing it.
Yes.
And then when you go off,
Yes.
you then have you're not producing testosterone anymore.
Correct.
So these guys needed to be
It's like taking a pinger to feel happy. You know, like eventually he's going to run out of.
Serotonin.
Yes.
But what it is, you need to, I don't even know how that works fully, like cycling on and off in terms of like steroid cycles, but they have basically been injecting cunt into themselves now with the whole off season with Adam Fennell-Blake in the side, that they've stopped producing it themselves, the rest of the team.
Great point. That's exactly what's happened. And it showed.
Yeah.
And it showed.
Well, one try, 20-6.
Mate, the Dogs are pretty fucking good this year.
The Dogs are pretty good. No, Dogs are...
Oh, you're a fucking Doggies fan. You're fucking...
Mate, Dogs, fucking no Burton, no kicker.
You're a Dogs fan. You're just...
Touching yourself.
We're getting that drum out, lad.
Yeah, you bang, bang, bang.
Top
You're
of
getting
the
that
table.
drum out, lad.
Top of the table.
Guess who's second? Guess who's
team.
second? Guess who's
Oh,
second?
well, of course.
Ah, la, la.
Wait, guess who's
Ah,
second?
la, 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 la.
Guac on that, bro.
Well done to the Dogs. I like what you're about this year.
Yeah.
You
I like the Dogs.
you've fallen into my favoritism, as in
They were
I
there
like-
last year.
Yeah, they were, but I mean, it's like a premiership window, but for likability.
Yes. Oh, yeah, they're like
Your likability window is open.
Your fans aren't annoying yet.
Yep.
You're still a good team.
Know this: I will hate you at some point, and
Absolutely.
it's probably not that far
If
away.
this form keeps up, there is hate around the corner. But not this
100%.
year, I reckon.
No.
Unless you like, there's a chance I hate you this year, but I think it's
No,
probably...
I don't think this year. Maybe next year, but also maybe likability window's still open next year.
Yeah.
But it's definitely open right now, so enjoy it while you got it, because you're winning and you're likable, which is rare.
Yep. You've got to
For an
capitalise on
opposition
this right now.
side.
You've got to capitalise.
1,000% you do. Sunday,
Yeah, there's not much else to that game.
we get to Four Pines Park.
Good day, Hill.
Good Day Hill. How about the Good Day sign underneath the rainbow?
Oh, yeah, dude. That was hot.
Wow.
Yeah. Hot stuff. It's a phenomenal ground. It's a phenomenal partnership. It's a phenomenal rainbow. This game
Seagulls
was-
26 defeated the Eels 12. This is the sort of game, punters and dribblers, I'm going to be completely real and unguarded with
Raw?
you. And raw. Can we be raw?
For a second.
Manly loses games like that sometimes.
Honestly, when it was 14-0 and then Joe Offahengawi didn't score, but they gave it to him, I was like, oh, fuck. We're in some... This could be what is my greatest fear.
Manly lose games like that. So for us to come out of it winners, winner, chicken dinner sort of stuff.
I know most hated sayings, but yep.
But that's what happened. We just take the 2 points and bail.
Yeah. Bounce.
DCE doesn't get booed. We all can move on for the saga, even though we haven't moved on, but we're trying to move on.
Yeah, we move on.
And
For the kids.
it's good to just get that game out of the way. Takeaways for me, the Eels stink.
Dude, like fish market level
If they're not
stench.
favourite for the spoon, I'm not here.
They are so, and I mean this with every ounce of respect that I can muster, they are so uninspiring and so drab and bland and their attack is non-existent.
Colourless.
It's so fucking awful to watch them play rugby league. Like that game was nothing.
I tell you what was really, really hard to watch, and if you're an Eels fan, you must just be crying into a pillow, is when you're in the attacking 10, you've got a set-up play, so a big forward, he trucks up the nut, and then you've set up for a backline move, you've set up for shape, and there's just no shape at all.
None.
And it's just you pass it a couple of times, and then you just run into the line, that's it. It was so meek.
Pedestrian.
And pathetic. I don't know what that was. Something fell. It was foul.
Yeah, it was foul. And sitting here with Techers, you know, he was basically, he felt as much. It was like, what? There's nothing in a game where Manly wins 26-12, essentially 26-0, because often he didn't score and Lane scored in the last fucking 30 seconds where we just didn't give a shit. In a 26-0 win to Manly, that game was boring. That was a boring game of rugby league.
Can I be honest with you? It was boring as batshit.
Yeah.
That was a really tough to watch is probably not right, but it was just like, ugh. All the energy left the building. There was no energy.
And that wasn't even, like, Tommy being injured was bad. Obviously, I am getting used to the feeling, but it wasn't even about that made the game shit.
It was just shit.
It was just a shit game.
I feel sorry for Dylan Brown, who's just so noisy.
I feel sorry
and
for
in
the
his
man.
own head, I think.
I feel sorry for the man, Dylan Brown.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Not the player. And not a Parramatta player. I feel sorry for Dylan.
Yeah, the man. I feel sorry for him because he's... Like, I don't know much about rugby league, but people that know the game better than I think that he should be running the ball a lot more.
I also heard a
and isn't.
rumour. I had a rumour.
He did a bit in the first
Completely
half.
unsubstantiated. That he, like, watches no game tape and that he doesn't fucking prep. Like,
Who whispered those whispers into your
I'm not going
holes?
to reveal my whispers. Certainly
Well,
not.
can you allude to them?
No, not while the mic's in front of my mouth. But I'll tell you this. No, we've done this before.
And no one found out.
Yeah, Cody or Tobler left it in.
Okay.
But what do you mean?
Don't just shut up. I'll tell you afterwards.
Okay.
But it's a good sauce.
Great.
Very good. Like you couldn't get better.
If you're...
But like you need to be doing that. If that's true, you know, that's again vicious rumors. But like you can't just be like a laissez-faire. Oh yeah, you know whatever. You got to be in there. You got to be fucking prepping, bro. Meticulous. No stone unturned sort of stuff. Especially when you're fucking not playing very well. And
You can't be Lizette's fair.
Lizette's fair, dude.
You can't be Lizette's.
No.
He had 12 runs for 110 metres.
He was trying, but he's not doing anything.
You can't be Lizette's, dude. I think that if you're the top brass at the Knights, you're preparing to put your nuts in a blender if this fucking season continues.
Well, you want to talk about like needing something to bite on? They'd have the leather in the mouth. Shit.
Because it is a metaphorical amputation of limbs if they've spent $13 million on a guy that...
Well, that isn't going great.
But again, I think he's just in his own head. I think you sign a big deal like that. You haven't got your old boy Mitch Moses there. You're trying to get things going under a new coach. It's like it's a perfect storm of circumstances.
And the team is
for
also
him.
generally not good.
Exactly.
But also, like Donk Riles, if I'm a Parramatta fan, which I'm not, so don't worry. But if I
Thanks
am,
for clarifying that, mate.
no, I just want to make sure. It couldn't be further from it. But if I was one, I would want Donk Riles to tell me why Ryan Madison and Brycey C are running around in reserve grade, assuming that they are. I'm pretty sure they are. I'd be like, listen, we're getting fucking pumped. We suck. Ryan Madison has played State of Origin, and he's won a comp. Brycey C...
Who did he win a comp with?
Roosters, 2019. Brycey C has got a bit about him. Now, he also has a bit too much about him sometimes, but he's got a bit about him. He can make things happen. Like, we don't seem to be having much in the way of success here. I'd also, if you
Their attack is so miserable. I keep going on about it, but it's been pathetic all season.
But if you're Shane Flanagan, who doesn't like Tuapolotu throwing out the cash signs, right, when your team's fucking down, when you score a try, if I'm Donk, I'm pulling out my willy and I'm slapping off Ngari across the mush with it because he scores. Now, 200th game, congratulations to him, and maybe that informed some of the behaviour. But he scored their first try, which wasn't a try, in the 55th minute. And gets up and is like mad dog, and the Manly player's like, yeah, that's right, bro, that's right. It's like...
Did you see Manly's post about it? It was very real.
Oh, could you get it up?
Did they round?
They ran. Get it on the gram. Yeah, Manly...
I love rounds.
Yeah, no, Manly round him.
So Brycey C's only played one game of New South Wales Cup and Madison 2 this season.
Well,
I
there haven't been that many games.
think that if you are a member of a club and you support them through thick and thin, and, you know, you're, you know, part of one of the big revenue generators for the club, you should be owed explanations.
Look at this. This is round stuff.
You should be owed explanations.
Celebrating, they are on the board. No matter a celebrating, they are on the board. No matter a celebrating, they are on the board. No matter a celebrating, they are
Look at his commented, Orcs. I actually said DCE is gone. Oh, fuck off, Joe. You just got pumped, cunt. It's a good comeback.
He's fired up.
But like...
I like there being more row in the game.
No, look at this round, dude.
I think row's important.
But go back up. I don't give a fuck about this shit. I want Joe Offengawi. Look at that. Great sportsmanship. Orcs, I actually said DCE is gone. But Joe, like, respect. And he's got love there. Yeah, all love, right? I think it's completely play on what he said. Like, here, Orcs, I think DCE is gone. I think that's funny. But also, like, you guys suck. And you just lost.
Yeah, but that's where they're at as a club.
You know what
This
I mean?
this is standing O stuff at halftime in a try.
Yeah, I've scored a try and we're losing.
But I cannot be mad at it because it allows the Manly Seagulls an opportunity to be round.
No.
So I can't. I'm into it.
No, I'm into it.
I'm into
All of it.
All of it, mate.
But that then allows us to go, oi, Joe. How about you fucking try in game, cunt? You know, that's what it also allows. It allows us to then come back
Yes, it does.
and go, hey, Joe,
So
where'd you go with that win of yours?
So I think what we're saying is, in a roundabout way, thanks, Joe.
Yes.
Thanks,
Because
Joe, for allowing.
Were you standing owed yourself for a try on a losing side, and then Manly round you, and then you round Manly back, and now we're telling you, how about you try winning a game, bro?
Perfect.
Wrecked.
Perfect. Any opportunities? I'm saying this to social media managers across the league. If there's an opportunity to round, get your round
Get
on.
your round on. Get Caddy.
Get cutty, baby. I want to get the claws out this year. I want to get bitchy with this thing
I wonder what he
because
said.
it's fun.
No, dude. Bring back the bitch.
Bring back the bitch, dude. The biff's gone.
No, the biff's
Make your
gone.
peace with that.
Yeah.
The biff is gone. You can't punch. You can't shoulder charge. They've outlawed it. It's done.
It's slapping season.
Yeah, it's 100%. It's get caddy. It's go, you look hideous in those socks behind his back sort of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, nice shoes.
Nice shoes.
I can't believe you're wearing that.
You look fat.
Yeah, you look fat in that jersey. You don't, though. You look jacked. Yeah, but look, there's Jackson Coffee. Imagine being 14 down and carrying on like that. Great point, Jackson. Great point.
Manly's media team are front runners for the Dally M this year, and you can't change my mind. I agree.
Oh, I agree with that.
They're doing incredible work. Shout out to Manly's
Shout out
social
to 'em.
team.
Love them.
Ned's have Parrot $2.75 favourites for the spoon.
Oh, there you go.
There you
That's
go.
worth celebrating, Joe.
Good on you, Joe. Well, that's why he's pumped.
Yeah.
We're favourites. Get up and into it.
And you also didn't score that try. So there's that. Ball did not touch the ground. There is that.
There is that.
The ball did not touch the ground.
No, it didn't.
This brings us to the last game of the round. Was Tigers and probably the game of the round.
Well, it was tight.
I didn't even watch it, so I don't know. But in terms of this, I was watching it on and off. I didn't sit down for it. I sat down for basically all the other ones.
It was very tit for tat.
Dude, it was tit for tat, and I thought the Sharks had it won when Buller went over, but there was
Warriors. Tigers.
Tigers. Sorry, everyone. Deal for it. Yeah, I thought the Tigers had it won when Buller went over, but it was one of those cut and dry obstruckies.
Cut and dry struckies, mate.
You can't be running the outside shoulder, mate. You just can't be doing it.
Well, you can't be doing it, mate. You can't be doing it. We all know that.
We all know that.
In
Can't be
fact,
doing
but it happens every week. Warriors, good win away from home.
Yeah.
Gritty stuff.
Gritty
Shout out
stuff.
to them. Campbelltown Stadium, not a good place to play footy on a Sunday night. You'd be like, get me the fuck home.
Yep.
What am I doing down here?
Yeah.
It was a shit night last night too.
Drizzly, shit.
Windy,
Windy.
wet,
The whole
etch.
fucking weekend.
A night where you want to be indoors.
Yeah, when's the weather turning?
Don't know.
That's a question not for you. That was for Tobler. When's the weather turning?
Is she on the turn?
Yeah.
Pretty partly cloudy throughout the week. Not much rain. This weekend's looks all right. 28 and sunny on Saturday, but who the fuck knows, really?
That sounds fantastic.
We'll see.
28 and sunny's hot.
For a suit.
25 and Sunday.
Where the fuck's this
Sunny
cooler
on a
weather?
Sunday.
Where are these 18-degree days at?
I need it to cool down now. I'm over the heat.
It's April this weekend. April and May are supposed to be fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
What's doing?
I don't want anything above 23 degrees
Oh,
for the rest of the
God.
fucking
Can we
season, until summer.
I feel like autumn as a season
Is almost gone.
is gone. It's hot and then it's freezing and that's it. There's no in between anymore.
Yeah. It's like ice bath sauna.
It's annoying because autumn weather's almost my favourite.
Yep. Autumnal.
Dude,
this is obviously just absurd to even say, but I think, and I was thinking this morning while in bed, it might be the best word ever, autumnal. I don't know why I was thinking that in bed today, but autumnal.
Oh, it's a hell of a word.
It's a fucking cracker of a word. It sort of makes you sound smart as well. Like you're not even saying anything.
What did autumn do to get such a great descriptor word around it?
Yeah,
If that's
around what it was.
I don't know what that language.
Adjective, is it? Not an adjective. That's a bloody. This is going
Well, it's a describing
it's an
word.
adjective.
Is it an
Yeah.
adjective? Yeah, autumnal.
Because you can't say springle.
No, you say spring. Wonderful spring weather. Winter, summer. You might say wintry.
Why do winter, summer, and spring not get one, but autumn does?
Don't know, but I like it.
Do you know what I'm saying?
No, I get it, dude. And if I was one of the other seasons, I'd be kicking up a stink as well. But I'm not. I'm just a guy celebrating.
So why
great
can't you
weather.
say it's wintral weather?
You probably couldn't. It'd sound dumb. But autumnal, it sounds hot. It sounds refined, and you sound cool and smart.
Makes me want to drink whiskey.
Makes me want to drink red wine. If I can be honest with you.
Makes me want to drink whiskey.
Autumnal makes me want to sit inside. Fucking, as you say, it's cold out. You've got a fire just starting to crackle.
Roaring.
And you crack a fucking bottle of red.
Might be a bit of fog rolling in.
Bit of fog, dude. Give me some fucking winter fog.
I'm ready. This kid's ready.
Kids ready for some winter fog?
Tigers lose and maybe losing Luai too. Yeah. So there's that. Yeah. Shout out to Reedy. Gossip Girls.
Gossip Girls.
On the whole, punters and dribblers, the round was pretty drab. So there's that.
There was a drab round of rugby league. Did you see the video of Hopoate leaving court?
No, I didn't.
Would you like to see it?
I'd like to see that, mate. Yeah. Could we get that up?
Can we get that up, Tobler?
Yeah.
Should be in our saved vids on Instagram.
Hey, Tobler. Get it up.
Wrecked, dude. He just got you, Tobs.
Did he? Fuck.
Yep.
Why'd you put your tongue out?
Get it up, Tobler.
Also, get the Gout video up against Kennedy.
Yeah. I haven't seen that.
Haven't you?
I know the result.
Everyone does, mate. World does.
Of course I do.
Okay, the great John
Hopoate's been
Hopoate.
here many times before, but this time prison
Tie not done
was
up.
on the cards.
What were you doing in the
He looks cool.
truck?
Among statements of support, one with the letterhead
Just wait.
Anthony the Man Mundine.
Mundine
Former
gave him a
boxer
reference.
saying John is a man of great integrity, widely respected in the community.
Will we be seeing you in Manly Court again for traffic offences?
You might see me at your mum's house.
John Hopoate's been here many times before.
He
but
just
this
kept
time
the
prison
double mum.
was on
Double
the
mum, dude.
cards.
What were you doing in the tipper truck?
Among statements of support, one with the letterhead Anthony the Man Mundine. The former boxer saying John is a man of great integrity, widely respected in the community.
Will we be seeing you in Manly Court again for traffic offences?
You might see me at your mum's house.
Dude. John with the double
The
mum.
double mum.
You just don't see the double mum.
The second
Among
one's the
statements of
best.
support, one with the letterhead Anthony the Man Mundine. The former boxer
This whole thing is
saying John
poetry.
is a man of great integrity, widely respected in the
One of the
community.
great
Will we
clips.
be seeing you in Manly Court again for traffic offences?
You might see me at your mum's house.
All right, that'll do.
Fuck, that's good stuff.
John Hopoate.
That's such good stuff. I
You
love-
don't. Mum jokes are. You don't hear them as much anymore. I don't think.
No.
But so
no.
to hear the great John Hopoate drop a deuce.
Well, but also,
into an Anthony Mundine.
Anthony Mundine character reference is bookmarked by double mum's house references.
That is so pure. A mum joke into a character reference from the man into a mum.
Yeah.
Yes.
You might see me at your mum's house. Going to your mum's
Going
house.
to your mum's house in the tipper. You can just imagine Big Johnny.
That's
in
so
the
good,
tipper.
dude. Going to your mum's house. Fuck yeah, Hopper. I do love Hopper.
You know what I love about Hopper as well is that, like, you just don't get pulled over very often. So he's got to be fucking up in the tipper to get pulled over, I reckon.
Listen, he's probably got some. I mean,
Or do they just see Big John behind the wheel and they're like, "There's John"?
I mean, no. I think John's had like some an astonishing amount of traffic violations, and 7 times I think he's been on caught on a suspended license.
Yeah, we've been through the rep.
20 odd fucking speeding,
Absolute.
like, you know what I mean? He's fucking up. But you're right. You don't get pulled over very often. You do have to be fucking up, I think. But if you're a copper and you see the Honourable John Hopoate sitting in the front seat of the car driving, you're like, maybe have a look. Might have a look at it.
Oh, that's good from the Honourable.
He's been suspended from driving 13 times.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah.
They've got a great photo of the man Mundine there too. Shout out to the man.
Hope you're doing well, bro. That's one of the best videos of the year.
That is leading video of the year right now.
Yeah, I think it might be.
I can't see that being dethroned. Something very, very special needs to come along to dethrone that.
Yep.
That's digital gold. Now, Gout lost.
Yes.
On the weekend. He was in the
is still
200 metres. He
still a
was in the Opens. He lost to a 21-year-old Kennedy. I can't remember his first name.
Martin Kennedy.
Martin Kennedy? No.
Lachlan?
Lachlan Kennedy, who came second in the 60 metres in Japan recently, was it? Ran a tidy time. People would like losing their minds that Gout didn't win. Gout's still 17.
Yeah.
And,
He's still a child.
Kennedy's 21. And
He can't vote.
He's still a boy. Put it that way. He's not yet a man.
No.
At least legally. I think he can root legally, but that's a different story.
No, you can. Yeah. He can legally.
Good race though, Tom. You're going to enjoy this.
He can legally root.
He's going to lead them into the straight. Gout's got a lot to do. We knew that. He gets up alongside Law. Can he get to Kennedy?
Kennedy's got some wheels.
Kennedy's in front. Gout's coming hard. Very, very hard. Kennedy's won.
Fucking doing it for the
He's
white
upset
boys.
Yep. Pause it for a sec. Look at the power of one man.
Yeah.
You've got Bruce McAvaney calling this fucking thing.
Chemist Warehouse
everywhere. And you have got a massive crowd for, like, if Gout's not in this race, it's not televised and there's one person there.
And Bruce McAvaney is sunning his cock.
A security guard and the bloke who's managing the shitters.
Yeah.
That'd be it.
Yeah. And a guy who's doing the stopwatches.
Yeah, because they haven't even bothered getting electric timers.
No.
The look at the jaw of the man.
No, it's amazing.
It's amazing.
And then to just have
Geez, Australian sprinting needed something like this.
Oh, did we what? But then to have him beaten by a white boy is ridiculous.
And with all due respect to Rowan Browning, who has carried the torch for a while gallantly, it's I think now past.
Yeah, where is Rowan? Why isn't he running in this? Well, it's 200.
It's 200. I don't know where he's at the moment.
I thought he just won something.
Don't know.
I thought he just fucking won something.
But in terms of pin-up boy for Australian sprinting, it's been passed.
Well, of course it has.
Yes.
Of course it has.
But look at these numbers. Look at that crowd.
17-year-old. And he was being interviewed afterwards and he was sort of like, I'm getting used to it.
It's crazy to see here on the bend him sort of, you could argue fourth.
Yeah.
Which is unheard of.
Dude, I saw something that his second 100 split up against like all-time greats. It was like with Johan Blake and Usain and fucking his second 100 split was like 9-3-1.
In this race?
Not this race, but his best 200.
In the one when he broke the...
Maybe. But it was like 9:31.
Wow. Man's got acceleration out the bend, Tom.
Yeah.
I like this though because it also... Nothing better than a couple of seconds for Gout. You can't always win, son.
You know what? You need a couple of losses.
Fucking oath you do.
Life's about coming back
100%. It's about adversity, mate. How do you handle it?
And Bro, if you can't handle the bright lights of a random fucking race meet where Chemist Warehouse is jumping on board and the old Bruce McAvaney and he's fucking dusting off the tonsils, how are you going to handle the fucking big O, the Olympic Games?
Correct. Thing is, he's young. So
that's what I'm saying.
That's great. But I like that. A couple of losses when you're young, fan the flames.
He said that. He goes, it's poured petrol on me fucking competitive fire.
There you go. There you go. I spot this, and I eyeball this rather, and I think to myself, this is what is needed to get the double at Brisbane.
Yes.
This in particular.
Yes.
And
I
also,
spy with my little eye the loss he needed to have.
You know what I think's happened as well, Tom? I'm talking the Gout effect here, and I'm being genuine. Before Gout burst onto the scene last year...
Sprinted onto the scene, you say.
Sprinted onto the scene. Thank you, Tom. They were going to hold the Athletics at some random track in some backwater fucking suburb in Brisbane. Now they're building a new stadium at Victoria Park, a 60,000-seater or something like that. They're hosting everything there. Yeah. They've gone, we can't win back-to-back golds, 100, 200, have a new sensation on our hands and have it on demandable stands
no.
in some random suburb. We need to give this the full credit.
Well, this thing's going to be like when Kathy was running around at Olympic Park.
Could you imagine if Kathy did it at ES Marks?
Yeah, it'd be a fucking disgrace.
Exactly.
It'd be an absolute disgrace.
I can't help but we feel like we've played a small role in giving Brisbane the boot up the arse it needed.
I think it would be more than small, but yeah, definitely.
Like, it's all well and good to try and lean into the Bogan Games thing, but then there is a limit to how Bogan
but there's
you should
nothing
make
more
it.
Bogan than flashing cash and splashing cash.
Yeah, that's true. It's still Bogan.
That's Bogan as fuck, dude.
Shiny new things.
Shiny new things. Get a necklace,
But up until the announcement of the new stadium, Victoria Park, it was too Bogan.
It was almost not Bogan. It was just like
pathetic.
Yeah, it was Povo. We weren't spending any money.
It was Povo.
Like we needed to
Bogans have cash.
Bogans have cash and they blow it on dumb
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
Let's get a huge fucking Olympic torch Bic lighter.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Yeah. Let's splash cash. Don't
Let's
make it
put some
Bogan.
fake teeth on the city.
Yes.
You know?
Let's get oil in the hair of this city.
Let's get some oil slick in the air of this city. They don't take it out to just some random track.
No.
Build a 60,000 seat stadium. Fuck hospitals and schools.
Yep.
Spend the money right.
Spend it right. Spend it right. They're also if cricket's in the Olympics in 2032, they're going to have the Gabba final, the cricket there at the Gabba, just to say thanks for the memories.
And then just set it on fire.
Set it on fire.
With the Olympic flame. Imagine that.
Yeah, it lights the detonation.
Yeah.
That blows the thing up.
Blows the thing up.
Jeez, that's not bad, Tom. Now you're using your brain, son. So shout out to Brisbane for realising the difference between Bogan and Povo.
Yeah.
And making smart decisions, because you can't win the 100, 200 double in Povo conditions.
Punters and dribblers, the new offering from your good friends Tom and Eddie and the people at Be Good Health is hitting the shelves. Oh, daylights. Daily electrolytes.
Get it?
Watermelon flavoured, obviously salty because any electrolyte worth its salt has salt. This salt is sourced from the Murray River, the only naturally occurring pink salt, I believe, in the Southern Hemisphere. If not, it's the nation. Do your own research.
832 milligrams of glorious Murray River salt. Get that up your Tom. The perfect amount of sodium, baby.
Perfect.
Into the bod, help you rehydrate, keep you frothing on all cylinders. Now, when is it released? You might be asking at begoodhealth.com.au. This Sunday, okay? Everyone's going to be devastated because daylight savings is over. That's why Daylights comes in, to make you feel a little bit better. Every box of Daylights bought this weekend gets a free Daylights bottle. Yeah, a free one. Get a box, get a free bottle. You're welcome. If you're a subscriber of Good Day, you will have early access on the Saturday, 24 hours before, because we love you and we want to say thanks. Making sense? BeGoodHealth.com.au, code Dribblers for 10% off. You cannot subscribe to Daylights yet. That will be coming in the future.
Worth mentioning as well that 8 out of 10 Australians are dehydrated. Whoops. Problem solved.
Problem solved. Also, newsflash, tastes fucking delicious.
Tastes.
We keep running out in the studio because the boys pound it into the earth. That's a fact. Yep. Find out for yourself. BeGoodHealth.com.au this Sunday. Subscriber this Saturday. Yo.
All right, bit of SuperCoach chat, Ed.
Yeah, mate.
I had an absolute fucking shocker on the weekend.
What'd you get? I got 1150.
I got 9 something. Dude, but like...
You aren't very good, are you?
No. It was some unfortunate...
Like what?
Like Dewey fucking not playing, and I didn't know. Like I wasn't checking before the game.
Oh, Dewey's what caught you 950.
No, but I'm saying like I had players that were out. Tommy Turbo fucking shit the bed. Like, well, he got injured, poor bastard. But you know what I mean? Like there's a few there where it was like I couldn't really fucking help.
Who'd you captain?
Turbo.
Did ya?
Yeah.
Right. Who did I went Garrick. What did he get? What did Garrick get? Did he cover?
Our Supercoach segments on the show, Punters and Dribbles, are actually brought to you by our good friends at Swyftx. They are our partners for Supercoach in 2025, Eddie. It is nice to have a crypto partner because I've always felt like it's been lacking for us, and Swyftx have seen the opportunity to jump on board with the punter and the dribbler. Now, if you join our Supercoach League, you should have already joined if you haven't. There's fucking nearly 6,000 of you in there.
When are we going to close that?
Soon.
Another
week? Give people a couple more weeks. 2 weeks.
2 more weeks.
So the league code, if you want to join, is 100632. If you sign up, there's a link in our show notes, in our bio, all that. If you sign up to Swyftx with a brand new account, they are going to give you $20 of free Bitcoin. If you win the whole thing, there's $1,000 worth of Bitcoin up for grabs and potentially a little bit more from your boys, Tom and Eddie Hello Sport. We're just waiting on to confirm we can do that.
We're waiting on confirmation we can do that. If we can, know this. It's going from 1,000 to a lot more.
Yeah.
Thanks to your boys, Tom and Eddie.
Yep.
So that's what we're fucking playing for, punters and dribblers. League code 100632. Thank you to our good friends at Swyftx. I wanted to point out someone, Tom, and if you don't have him, shame on you. Shibasaki, heard of him?
You've got him, do you?
116 rugby
Do you
league.
have him?
Yes.
You motherfucker. That's
Of course I do.
Now, is he a pod player? Do many cunts have him?
Shibasaki is owned...
I got a head-to-head win. Who with? Who the fuck did I beat with that score?
Shibasaki is owned by
42%.
Wow, and you don't have him. Mate, his break-even's minus 50. Projected change in price 95,000. You don't have Shibasaks?
Don't.
You suck him from the back every week.
Well, I certainly did this week.
Terrell May got 92 points.
Yeah, I got Terrell. I brought in Tino and Nicholson for the Raiders. I thought they were two astute signings, but I got some shit knocking about.
Nicholson, Nicholson 45. Terrell May 92. Tamale 78. Nice for me. Fanua Blake got 78. Garrick only got 61.
Val
Not ideal.
Holmes
And
was all right.
I skipped him.
But at my turbo, dude, I tell you what, Iongi's probably on the chopping block. Iongi's fucking stinking the joint up.
Listen, I got really high on Iongi's supply to start the year.
Yeah, I know.
I watched him on the weekend, and I'm thinking
It might be time to cull. But I'm going to have to sell Tommy Turbo. Who'd you bring in for Turbo?
Ponga.
I already had Ponga, so who have you got?
Ponga and Iongi.
Didn't you sell Tommy Turbo, though?
Yeah, for Ponga. Brought Ponga in.
So who are your three fucking fullbacks in your... Well, who's your flex?
Flex is... I've still got a weird flex.
Oh, God.
But I'm pumping
you got?
so who cares? Tamale still. 78 points on the weekend. He's good. Mate, he goes well.
No, he is good. I'm not saying...
What's his average? 60.
No, listen, Tamale's good.
I know I need to improve. What I'm going to do this week is fuck Iongi off.
Yeah.
Replace him. And then I'll
probably
Shibasaki is he the worst flex of all time? He averages 73.
No, but maybe he's probably like, I think.
And there's people screaming at the radio now. The
radio.
You know what I mean? Going, what are you two dickheads talking about? That's what we do in our own SuperCoach segment.
Yeah.
Is two dead shits try to make their way.
Yeah, that's it. It's two dead shits trying to make their way in the big wide world.
If you want to listen to succinct stuff,
go to Guru. Go to Timmy.
This is two dead shits trying to do their thing, baby. I tell you who's been good for me off the pine, Mama Zealous, averaging 61.
My fucking hooker rotation is all at sea.
Going pretty well for me. My pack works pretty good. Haas, Fanua Blake, Terrell May. Happy with that.
That is good. I've got Haas, May, Horsburgh.
I like my back row. Crichton, Olakawatu, Horsburgh.
My back row, Saumala, Arwi, Gilbert, and Tallis Duncan. It needs work.
See, I need Tino in. I want Tino in. What's he averaging?
My back row needs work. I still got some money in my salary cap as well. I got some fucking... I could fucking...
How much you got in the cap? I've got 200 grand in the cap.
I got 122.
I'm going to make some moves this week, punters and dribblers. Make some rugby league
Cleary
moves.
will come back in. That'll be nice. I can move Jamie Humphries off again.
Now, talk to me, Tom. Talk to me about your rank in the Hello Sport Open League.
I dropped by a significant amount.
What are you? Tell me. Just read it out. Get it over and done with.
My overall rank or my round rank?
No, your overall rank.
Okay.
I don't care about your round rank, mate.
Well, it's worse. Dude, I almost came last in my round. 4,297.
Wow. Out of 5,612. 4,000. I'm 2,531.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Which isn't great, but better than
That's
you
not
by a
fucking-
long,
that's way
long
better.
way. Now, who won the league? Who won the
week?
The week. I'm going to get it up right
Jacob
now.
and his team Stumps Chads.
Stumps Chad.
He had a ripper week.
1-3-1-2. Well done, son. Huge. Beat Tino's Thickies by 12 points. Sorry,
Dill's
2
Dogs
points.
are currently winning
2
the
points.
whole league. Dill's Dogs.
Dill's Dogs.
He is leading. Purple Cobras, Devil Knight. It's pretty close up there at the tippity top.
Long way to go, though, Dill's Dogs.
Lee Hadjipatelis coming 8th.
Okay, sure.
Now, I don't know if that's actually him. I would imagine it's not. But I'm loving this league.
And shout out to 4th grade Hacks coming last.
I actually got a win in the public league that I've been added to that I didn't ask to be added into.
You get added to a public league. That's how it works.
Okay, right. Well,
Read
I got
a book.
I got 949, and this guy got 947. So thank God I was up against an absolute loser. The Fish Eaters.
And in the About Even group, Tom coming second last.
Who's coming last?
Lewis, NRL Chopper. Who's that?
Some random.
Some
we had
random.
a couple of randoms added in.
Thank Christ.
So
Who's winning? Matty the Waterboy. Tobler coming second.
Tobler, what are you coming in the Hello Sport League?
716.
Not bad.
Whoa!
So I'm up there. I've had a good start.
And what's Cody Toads coming?
I've had a good start.
Cody. What are you coming in the Hello Sport League?
have a
Oh, fucking Cody talked the biggest game.
Yeah, he did.
Like he's the sickest cunt in the off season.
Well, your marathon work sucked as well. So.
Yeah. Oh God.
What are you coming? 2,000.
So I'm ahead of me, so I can't say anything.
Well, I'm coming 4,900 and something.
Love that, Tommy.
Now, there is a referral link which will get you your $20 free. You can only use it once. So that link is in the show notes, in the bio, but
You'll need to use the link.
you'll need to use the link if you want your $20 free biddy.
Also worth letting the people know now. Obviously, we've said at the top, you'll get $1,000 with Bitcoin thanks to our friends at Swyftx. If you win, you'll also get that topped up, most likely, like just pending approval, but it's going to be topped up significantly by your friends Tom and Eddie. You will need a Swyftx account to win it.
Yeah. If you don't have a Swyftx account, then it's not going to work. That's the only way to do it. So
Make sense?
Follow the link.
Follow the link. Use the link in the show notes.
Use the link. Shout out to Swyftx.
Great week, Tom. Well done.
That's not fair. Should we dribble now, me old mate?
Yeah, lad.
Love dribbling.
You see Minwoo Lee won his first tournament this morning?
Did. Well done to Min.
2.7 mil.
Was he cooking?
Yeah, he was cooking.
cooking.
The Texas Children's Open or some shit.
Nice, brother. Nice, brother.
Let's O's, lad.
Yeah, g'day, boys. It's Brendan Cowell here, Canal Sharks. Yeah, I was just thinking, sitting here, I've been watching the footy over the weekend at the Key West South Bank, where apparently a lot of the Australian cricket team plays. The whole time I'm sitting on the couch, I'm thinking, how many cricketers have had sex in my bed? And then I've started thinking about which ones. Anyway, I was thinking about halfbacks, you know, with the whole DCE thing and Nico struggling and Kyle Flanagan, you know, all these different halfbacks. And you're thinking, in the 80s, 90s, there was halfbacks everywhere, smoking darts in the ice bath, little generals off to Bali. Like, there was just short dudes running the show everywhere. And then with the influx of enormous Pacifica boys running over school kids in front of concerned mums with a love of the Matildas, suddenly there's just not many playmakers, not many short kids willing to play eyes-up footy in the line.
Shout out to Joe Gray.
And, if you look at the Gen Z kids coming through, Gen Zs, God, I can't see many halfbacks in Gen Z. Can you? I mean, you can hardly get them out of bed. So I'm starting to think, do we do away with the halves completely and just have forwards? That way, less concussions, less backflips on contracts and all that bullshit, and just have 13 on 13 massive men running at each other, just full Game of Thrones, like one out running. That's all. We don't have complicated tackles, we don't have block plays, just warfare of the most enormous men, and we call it League Rugby. Anyway, ponder it, let me know. Up, Cronulla.
I mean, listen, he makes some pretty astute observations.
He's observant.
Yeah, he is.
He's an observant man with a great voice.
There aren't many little generals getting around anymore.
Well, and we're guilty of not having run an eye over those simple facts because...
Well, I feel like rugby league has been asleep at the wheel while the little general has found his way out of the game.
You just don't see your Alfie Langer types anymore.
You don't. Maybe that's what Jai Gray is.
He is that player. He is that player for sure. Like DCE is not a big man. He's tiny, but he's on the way out.
He's on the way out, but he is a little general. Whereas you look at Cleary, there's no little general about him. The guy's 6'2", 6'3".
6'4", maybe 6'5".
He's fucking huge.
He's a big boy. You're right.
Look at fucking Humphreys.
Yeah, he's
stacked
and ripped.
Yeah.
He's big and ripped. Like little tiny diminutive
little generals, your Tuvies, your Langers, your Stickies.
And even from our generation, Tom, your DCEs, your Adam Reynolds, like this, they're not big.
You also don't want your little general to have much musculature.
Your
Lil generals. You want your little generals to be like to be
slight.
With like your Cam Smith body.
Even he was probably a bit too man.
No, I disagree. He was hairy. He was appropriately hairy. He wasn't none of that waxed arm bullshit. You know what I mean?
But was he too big?
No, I don't think so.
You like him that size?
Well, I'm talking body like composition here. He might have been a bit too tall.
Yes.
But body comp wise,
yes. Well, he got little general arms.
He's got little general arms, little general chest,
little general chin.
Little general chin.
Little general face.
Shout out to Tobler getting messages and not muting his computer.
Nice.
To be seeing you in Manly.
Oh my God! What are you doing over there?
No, it's just.
Are you not concentrating on what we're talking about?
Who are you messaging on fucking Facebook Messenger, bro?
No, that's messages coming in, mate.
Oh yeah, who you messaging?
It's a one-way street.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know who it is.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, Sheila's.
Listen, as for the do we just do away with the little generals completely?
Don't know if I'm going to go that far.
I can't go that far with Brendan there. He sounds like he's getting a bit delirious.
Well, he's in a
hotel by himself.
Well, he's a bit older than us, so the older you get, the more you hate the new generation. So he's just got a real thing for Gen Z.
Yes.
He doesn't believe in them at all.
No, whereas we believe in him a little.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I've got some faith.
I've got faith.
Yeah, I've got some faith. Where he's got no faith. So
Yes.
if you take him... Well, essentially what he's saying is he has zero faith that any Gen Z footballer and any Gen Z person can become a general.
A little general. And that would probably be the same for the people in the generations above him, the boomers and such. They'd have no faith in us.
Zero. And look at us.
Look at us go.
You know?
Little generals.
Exactly. But you got me thinking. Well done. That's pure stuff there from Brendan Cow, one of the greats.
I hope that came in before the Sharks lost. Felt like it.
Tom, Eddie, Ghost of Dior, Toe Bag, and of course my Sweet King Tobbs. Hearing that little lefty Dave's voice again actually made me remember my claim to fame, boys. Last year, I actually left a dribble, which was put on the show about mistaking Jermat Shibasaki or actually Will Warbrick for Germ at Shibasaki. Dave was on that day, and that dribble actually led to the bet of him smoking his own pubic hair. So that's one on the LinkedIn bio for me. Anyway, boys, it kind of got me thinking. Obviously, Dave's reached out again. That bet looks like it's going to happen. I thought I'd kind of give you guys a bit of a bet that you can mull over. Obviously, you're saying $2,000 this year. And how about if Storm don't lose, Dave has to get a Manly tattoo on his body. It can be anywhere he wants. I'm sure you can nut out the T's and C's. But yeah, let's open the conversation and let's make it something that we can all enjoy, not Dave smoking his own pubes, ideally, again.
Yeah, I think we
anyway, boys, Bunnies forever, Jamie Humphrey forever, and fuck Manly, baby.
Okay. All right, we didn't.
Well, obviously,
we don't need to
the
see the
pube
pubic
thing's
hair
been
again.
done.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't do it again.
But I mean, that was gross. It was fucked up. I don't mind the idea of him getting inked up with the Manly Seagulls logo.
Has he got tats?
No, but I think he wants to because he's like, trying to be, like,
trendy,
cool guy. Yeah. Now I have a tattoo, so I'm not throwing stones. But Dave, I think he never wanted tats, and then he started trying to be, super trendy. I'm Doc Martin guy, and like.
Would you get a Manly tattoo, Dave? Yes or no?
Well, it's how confident are you? Because, I mean, if you're confident enough to say that the Storm win, even after they lost to the Dragons on the weekend, he was at that game as well. Get a Manly tattoo, bro.
Someone else has suggested something as well.
Okay.
In another dribble.
Tom, Eddie, the rest of you fuck sticks. It's the can't sell shit real estate dribbler here.
Fuck sticks.
Just on the back of the last podcast in regards to salmon cum, thought it would be a good idea to pass this and run this past the boys. With this bet looming with Dior for the end of the year for Melbourne to get the premiership, I think if Melbourne lose, then Dior should have to get Botox or lip filler, and also get injections of salmon cum. Let me know your thoughts. See you soon.
I like a Bowie bet or a lip filler bet. Like Dave has to get dick-sucking lips.
I think he has to get the salmon cum in the face.
But that's not that big. I don't think that's that bad. What? Oh, I'm going to make your skin tighter and you're going to look more youthful. I reckon lip filler. He's got to get dick-sucking lips.
He's not going to do that, but we can put it to him.
He smoked a cone of his pubic hair.
You reckon he's going to get giant lips?
I'm just saying he smoked a cone of his pubic hair. This man might do it.
He might do it. So what are we putting to him officially?
Manly tattoo. We give him some options. Manly tattoo.
Yep.
Lip filler. They're the two right now.
And it's got to be noticeable amounts of lip filler. You can't just go in there and get the smallest amount possible.
No, he's got to get some bloody Kardashian lips.
What do you reckon, Dave? You've got 48 hours to respond.
Otherwise, you get both. Let's move on.
Hey mates, just want to know what you think about the Bunnies' form at the moment, and if you think that having two starting Jais is doing anything up the Bunnies.
Shit, it's not a bad point. I actually hadn't even clocked it. They were running two dry starting side.
Well, you're winning.
Yeah. The proof's in the pudding.
The proof's in the pudding. You've won 3 games in a row.
And you just knocked off the Premiers.
So, yeah, pretty sure Jai's doing a lot.
Yeah, but that's also like a fuck up from us for not noticing that.
Yeah, but that's why the dribbler hotline's back.
Yes.
Because we can't get everything.
No,
we can't clock everything.
No, it's too much going on.
We're not God.
No.
We're just Tom and Eddie.
Yeah.
So we need help.
Referring to myself in the third person. Yeah. Just Tom and Eddie.
Yeah, exactly. Just great podcasters with great heads of hair who pass that on to their children. Yep. It's not about us.
No, it's not about Tom and Eddie.
No, it's about Jais. It's about there being Jais in the Rabbitohs team starting.
Yeah.
And that's why they've just won 3 games in a row, knocked off the Premiers 28 points. Was 28-0 at some point in the game. Which ain't nothing.
Rabbits are looking good. You will not win the comp, and that's fine, but you are looking good. And you've got good players to come back. Trell back this weekend. Wayne actually said in the post-game press conference, he just wants Trell to do his role. That's all he needs to do.
Do his role or play his role?
That's a good point. I may have fucked up there, but I'm...
Because if he's been asked to do a role, that's
I think you can still
do.
I think you can still do a role And you can play a role or do a role. I think playing a role sounds like it makes more sense, though.
You just don't hear doing a role that much.
No, so it might have been play a role and do your job.
Yeah.
But he says if Latrell just comes out and is Latrell and does his job, plays his role, that's all that the club can ask of him. Be Latrell.
So just be Latrell, basically.
Be Latrell, do your job, play your role.
Huge.
Yep.
Inspiring even from Wayne.
Yep. Illuminating.
Fuck, I tell you what, if that's all that's required to get Latrell to play his best footy, then you're kicking yourself. If you're Demetrio going, is that all I had to do?
Is that all I had to do?
Just go be Latrell, okay?
Do your job.
And play your role. That's what you have to do.
So simple.
Sometimes
it is the most
He's
simple
turning in his coaching grave, Demetrio.
Yeah.
Jason Demetrio. Turning in his coaching grave if that's all that's required to get the best out of Latrell.
Yep. Let's move on.
Yeah, lads, this is just going on the back of the dribbler on Thursday, talking about the birthing suites. And Eddie's issue was it wouldn't be used enough. I'd like to know, do you think the Tigers barbershop would get used more than the birthing suites? Anyway, hooroo. Also think there might be a connection between the barbershop getting shut down and Luai's big, luscious, long hair. Anyway, be you soon.
Well, listen, the barbershop wasn't used at all, and I think that the birthing suite would have been used at least once.
I mean, yeah, it's hard to know because obviously, like, leagueies like haircuts. They like to keep their fades high and tight.
Yeah, but they like where they like.
Yeah, they don't want to do it at the club.
It'd almost be a bit of a haircut faux pas. A forks par.
A folks pars. Folks pars, yeah, you're right. A folks paws. Or folks porks. Anyway, whatever.
Yeah, maybe it's a folks pox.
It's a folks porks. Or a foes porks.
Or a forks pox.
Okay. To get your haircut cut at the club. Yeah, it's hard to know because leagues love getting their haircut, but you're right. They probably like to not get it cut at the club because it's a bit lame. Whereas there's nothing lame about having kids and giving birth and that. And it's probably easier.
No, there's nothing lame about giving birth and that.
Yeah.
And having kids and that.
And having kids and that. But it's probably just like an easier thing to just have the birth at the club so that dad can train while she's in like latent labour and then come in for the
pre-labour?
For pre-labour, early labour. And then come in when the fucking whips are cracking. Off the field.
Yeah.
In between sessions.
Well, you wouldn't... What you do by introducing the birthing suite, punters and dribblers, is that it allows the rugby league footballer to not miss a game.
Yeah, or a session.
Or a session, because even if your missus is given birth, you can just go, well, I'm just going to nip in and say good day, and then I'm going back to the field.
And also, like, let me know when the whips are cracking. I'll pop back up here. I won't miss a thing.
Yeah, exactly.
And if I've got to be up there a bit earlier, then I can always just put some game tape on the TV in the suite and just do a bit of review.
And I think the NRL has corporate responsibility in the sense that you should have to offer a free interchange to any father who's playing whilst their missus is giving birth.
For home games.
For home games, so you can nip in and see them.
Right. So you run up and you go see, maybe you go cut the cord, and then you can come back on the field.
We just run and go push and then run back out and score a try. Then run back in and cut the cord and go well done, and then run back out and score a try.
And then go back out on the field.
Correct.
And there should be a free interchange there.
Otherwise it's bad. It's bad. It's a bad look for the game.
It's a bad look for the game.
Because you're not supporting, creation of life.
Well, you're not supporting families, young families.
Exactly.
Young rugby league families.
That's right.
Growing families.
Correct. Families.
This is a two-parter.
I'll make it a three-parter.
Boys, hello.
Oh,
I
Jesus.
have no fucking idea what the audio quality is going to be like here.
Shit.
I am the flying dribbler. I am a plane pilot. I live in northwest Queensland. And basically, I live on a cattle station and I check all the waters to make sure the cattle aren't fucking, dehydrated. Anyway, I had my good day this morning and fuck me, it's been 4 hours in the plane. Yes, it's a very large station and I need to piss. Now, I don't know if I can fill up the bottle. I know I will fill up the bottle. What do? I can't land. I've got to finish this fucking ball run. I need help. Fuck!
So we're getting called from the flight there. We're in air. We're no wonder I take back the complaint about the audio.
Well, I
That's
didn't
a
realize.
plane
I didn't
call.
realize he was in a chopper.
Is that a
Didn't realise-
chopper?
I think he was in a plane.
He's in a plane. That
Or
wasn't a
whatever.
chopper. Chopper's even louder.
So he was in a plane.
Yeah.
So he just lands where on the road?
I guess so. Can you not just like undo a window on a plane like that and just pour the wee out the window? If you piss into a bottle and just...
You just piss your pants.
But why would you do that when you have a bottle to piss in?
Because he said he's going to fill it up.
Yeah, but so you fill it up, hold, pour out the window, fill it up. Like you're bailing water, but it's out of your cock.
The old hold midstream's tough.
Yeah, it is, but if you got to do it, you got to do it.
You wouldn't just wet yourself?
No, I don't think sitting in my own piss is the fucking best option there.
Change of undies, off you go.
You're flying a fucking plane.
Yeah, so you don't want to. You got to keep your hands on the bloody
Pour the
vehicle.
piss out the window. Can you open a window up there? Surely you can. Biplanes and that used to do it.
I think you can open a window, get a bit of fresh air,
Yeah.
throw a bit of urine out.
Yeah, surely.
You know, or a load.
I mean, you'd have to have good aim, or are you saying you'd fire it off and then empty it?
Well, I'm just saying, if he's calling in for a dribble, he's probably had a bat up there too. That's all I'm
Well,
saying.
I don't know, dude. Like, there's a lot going on up there. I don't know how big the plane is either. That cockpit's probably not fucking huge.
He said he was up there for 4 hours.
It's big enough to fit a cock if you call it a cockpit.
That's a great point. It's a fucking huge point. Did you say it was a two-part?
Yeah, he's called back.
Okay.
Has he pissed himself? Or
Yeah,
he might
boys,
have?
just following up on my call earlier, flying dribbler. Not sure fucking how much you heard of that before. I think I was screaming. I was a bit excited.
Much better audio.
The good day really just got into me. But I was basically just really needing a piss. But I've come down. I've landed now safely, of course. Number one priority in Camberwell, fucking buttfuck nowhere, North Queensland on the border of Northern Territory. Just real country sort of stuff, you know. I'm actually a city boy. Grew up in the Sunshine Coast, you know, bloody waves and that. Anyway, it's probably about
Waves and
42
that.
degrees, I reckon, right now.
Fair dinkum.
And really just fucking slumming it. Just want to know, I guess, how country are you boys? No, that's shit. That's a dumb question. What about how far into the country have you gone? Like, fucking, have you gone past fucking Dubbo, or what's the go here?
Oh, you're talking about like Scrub and that?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Well, I'm from Dubbo, so yeah, I've been further west.
Yes, I have. I went on like an outback trip when I was 13 with my mum and brother and some other families.
Been to Burke, been to Cobar, not Cobar, Cobar.
Birdsville, Cobar. What's the one that's underground?
White Cliffs.
White Cliffs.
Oh, Lightning Ridge. Not Lightning Ridge, Cooper Petey.
Cooper Petey, been to. I've been out there, bro.
I haven't been to the interior, and I've not been to.
I've been to Alice. Been to the Alice.
Have you been to Alice?
Yep.
Oh, you've done it all.
Yeah, bro. Except I haven't been to fucking Uluru, which I would love to do.
You went to Alice Springs, didn't go to Uluru?
Yep.
Are they nearby?
I don't know if they're like next door, but I know they're in the same sort of area. Like,
Same area.
if you're there, you probably should. We should have gone.
In the interior.
I missed a grand final for it.
Did you?
Yeah, we won it.
What grand final?
Barrel Blacks under 13s.
You missed it.
Missed it. We won it. Never won a footy grand final.
It's tough.
It's tough stuff. Make it about me, you know.
Yeah, always. I like that we've got blokes in planes on the border in North Queensland and the Territory.
In deep country.
In deep country.
Deep country. Wild country.
On the blower.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
I love that guy. The plane dribbler.
Yeah, I like him a lot. And he's doing his good day. So that's...
Tick, tick.
Tick, 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 tick. How many more?
Oh, that's it.
Oh, there you go. Mate,
Right,
he's dribbler of the week for me, plane
Yeah,
dribbler.
shit, yeah. What does he get?
Well, he's getting the merch, the hats when they come.
Oh, yeah, perfect.
Dribbler of the week. But I will say Brendan Cow, you know, pubic hair off dribbler of the week. But you didn't call in from a plane drinking good day.
No, you didn't.
You know?
You didn't suckle at my my teat.
No.
Enough. Yum, 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 yum. All right, see you later.
Bye.
Could you two just not talk anymore?